And there was a crooked man tonight at 11.
The following is a special presentation of ABC Sports.
You are looking live at sold-out Alamo Stadium in San Antonio, Texas, where two first-place teams, both needing a win, come together with time running out on the inaugural season in the World League. This is the largest crowd of the year here in San Antonio. The Riders are well aware of what it means to their future to attract some loyalties in this community. And the folks who gathered here are going to be treated to a big-time show. Good afternoon and welcome, everybody. I'm Brent Musburger. Well, already we've had our first clinching of a division championship in the World League. London last night beat Sacramento easily, 45-21. And then just a short time ago, we got the final from Spain. Frankfurt dumped Barcelona 10-3. So that wraps up the European division for London, regardless of what happens next week in London between Barcelona and the first place and unbeaten Monarchs. For Frankfurt, all they have to do to get into the playoffs is beat Sacramento in Germany next week. Now, in the North American East, we mentioned Montreal in first place, but in effect, they are behind New York, New Jersey, because they were beaten head-to-head, and that's the first tiebreaker. In the North America West, the leaders struggling at 3-5. San Antonio, in effect, trailing Birmingham because a few weeks ago, they were beaten by the Fire 16-12. So, Dick Vermeil, we've got a couple of teams both struggling on offense. The Riders have lost 3 in a row. How about the matchup of our two quarterbacks here today?
Well, Michael Johnson, the San Antonio quarterback, he's the left-hander. Now, we saw him start his first game 6 weeks ago, and in watching him practice the last couple of days, Brent, I'd say he's much more confident, a better passer today, and in a move by the coaching staff, Coach Riley, the head football coach, to improve the pass offense. They've cut back on the amount of offense they're trying to prepare for the game. He should be a little bit better, plus he has one advantage. You know the advantage is? They lead the league in running offense. So look for the one-back attack and look for him to get after him that way.
Now, Michael Proctor on the other side from Montreal.
Now, Michael is bigger and stronger, but he doesn't throw any more accurately. And, in fact, talking to Coach DeSalt about him, the Montreal head coach, he says, you know, Michael has put the ball in the receiver's hands. It just hasn't stayed there long enough to be a completed pass. And he wasn't teasing me, really. He was serious. Look for Montreal to line up in the I formation and pound on him with the deep I slants and the I toss plays.
You know, we have made a lot of the success of this league in Europe.
Right.
But there's another city that we've overlooked, and that is Montreal. They have done a fabulous job. For more on that, let's go to our Canadian expert, Mark Jones. Mark?
Thank you very much, Brent. That's very nice of you to say. I'm with the head coach, Jacques Dussault. Jacques, scoring points has been a very tough thing for this team of late. How do you remedy that against a very tough defensive San Antonio team?
Well, we're going to try to establish a running game, and obviously when we're in a situation where we can put points on the board, we cannot afford to miss, but it should be a pretty good game.
This team has been a big success despite some of the skepticism by people before this whole thing started up in Montreal, both on and off the field.
Well, I'm too busy to think about what's going on off the field. On the field, I feel very fortunate to have a great coaching staff and have a lot of players who play really hard, and I think that's all I can control.
Merci beaucoup.
De rien.
La Machine a été un grand succès cette saison et les amateurs québécois très fiers de leur équipe. Brent and Dick, good shot.
It is so nice to have a Canadian who can speak French.
He's just showing off, trying to embarrass
You understood
us.
him, though, didn't you?
Yeah.
There's our playing conditions here today. As you perhaps could tell, it is breezy. The wind is blowing from the left to the right on your television screen, and Montreal will get that wind to start the game. They're going to kick off, and San Antonio will receive Bjorn Nitmo, who had a cup of coffee with the New York Giants, to kick off for them, and Andre Johnson is their main return man back there, number 27. So both these teams badly need a win to stay in pursuit of a playoff spot. And Nitmo, with that wind at his back, will hammer this one right out of the end zone. Oh, give me that jet stream. Now let's take a look at Mike Johnson. And he will bring the Riders out. Having thrown 5 touchdowns and 8 interceptions, he'd like to improve on those numbers today. Now behind him, they intend to use 4 wide receivers much of the game. Andre Johnson is the lone running back. Bill Hess, Dwight Pickens, John Garrett, and Ronnie Williams, the tight end, who frequently splits about 10 yards outside right or left. So this is 1st and 10 as we get underway. Only 2 weeks left in the season. San Antonio trying to snap that 3-game losing streak. Johnson directly under center. End around is Williams. He can throw. He's a former college quarterback. He's firing down the field for Garrett. There was a bump at the 38 and no penalty, incomplete. Garrett is pleading his case. There was body contact at the 38-yard line with Darrell Holmes, number 20.
As you said, Brent, he was a quarterback at Oklahoma State, and he's becoming a fine tight end. Here he is showing he can still throw the ball. It's a long cross-the-field pass. Now, as you follow the ball to the bottom of the screen, you'll see there was contact made there. The receiver was almost knocked down.
Well, I've never seen officials wearing Bermuda shorts, and perhaps that affected their judgment here early going on 2nd and 10. Now Johnson gets the call, picks his way out to the 21-yard line before Desmond Royal can bring him down. This is the Riders' offensive line, and a big change here today. John Vitale, their starting center, cannot go, so Eddie Grant slips into that lineup with Husby, Kiselak, Harper, and Layfield. Harper is their standout on that side. It is 3rd and 9 after a 1-yard gain. So Eddie Grant is the center. Mike Johnson out of Akron, the quarterback.
345. Set up.
And with 4 receivers out, Johnson steps away from the pressure, throws low and incomplete, and the Riders forced to punt after 3 downs.
This is what Johnson does best, really, is to get outside the pocket. He can come up with a big play. They are trying to discipline him to stay within the pocket, read the coverage, get to the ball, the proper people. Protection broke down too soon for him to do that.
Now Kent Sullivan, and remember, he is punting against this wind. So the machine figures to have good field position, and there is their star, Richard Shelton, number 42. He's returned 1 punt for a touchdown. He likes to go to his left if he can get there. He lets it bounce, and it'll be down at the 45-yard line. And now it will be Montreal's first series with Michael Proctor, their quarterback. Only 2 touchdown passes and 7 interceptions. He replaced the injured Kevin Sweeney, and he is becoming more and more adept at running this offense. Behind him, he'll have Broderick Sargent, the fullback, in front of Ricky Johnson. They frequently line up at that power eye. Mike Cador and Gary Cooper are the wide receivers. They've had difficulty getting their wide receivers into the end zone this season. Now here's their familiar formation right here. Cador is in motion behind Proctor. And they now toss to Ricky Johnson. And the Rider defense cuts him off, led by Anthony Cooney, 28, the safety, who came up hard from his free safety spot.
Anthony Cooney has been starting at free safety all year. They moved Greg Lee into the strong safety position.
All right, here is DeRoche, Novak, Graham, Kula, Leitner, and K.D. Dunn, the tight end. That's the offensive line for the machine, and it's one of the bigger ones in the World League.
Red 36. Red 36. Shot.
Handing again to Ricky Johnson. First down for the machine, and inside the 40-yard line, a good run by the former Maryland star.
Taking a look at that from the end zone, it's just a deep eye handoff play. 34, Ricky Johnson will be running to the right. See good blocking at the point of attack. They stand him up. They get a good kick-out block on the linebacker. He gets up inside like he's supposed to. He's trying to get a block downfield, move the chains.
Guess they don't have to pass when they run the ball like this.
Well, you know, I actually think they hope they don't have to, because they don't have a lot of confidence in their passing attack.
Very base offensive formation. They've stayed in that eye, and they're using Johnson, and he blasts his way to the 35-yard line against this Rider defense. David Bailey and Donnie Gardner return to that defensive front Mark Ledbetter, Kennedy Wilson, Tim Walton, and Roderick Manning. Good quartet of linebackers. Calvin Nicholson, Anthony Cooney, Greg Lee, and Gary Richard, the secondary.
Read the eye backs now. Read the eye backs.
Blue 96.
Now 2nd and 7.
Blue 96. Shot. Hut.
The toss, Johnson.
Good job there.
And good defense at the point of attack. David Bailey credited with the tackle, but there were several Rider players waiting for him.
David Bailey, the defensive end, number 93, did a good job. You'll see him in the middle of your screen. He makes contact. He'll work inside out on the play because the ball is made to go back up inside. Now see him turn up inside right now. Here comes Bailey inside out. Now that's how a defensive end should play that play.
Our referee, Larry Nimmers, here today.
Here's the worst thing, or one of the worst things the World League teams do offensively is convert on 3rd down.
He left 81.
Dick, have you ever had officials work in Bermuda shorts?
No, I haven't. We're setting a trend here.
We also have a head coach wearing shorts here today, and we'll see him, Jacques Dussault, from time to time over on that Montreal sideline. Now on 3rd down, Parker to throw, and he goes for Cador, incomplete. Cador was well covered by Calvin Nicholson, number 25.
I think they audible to that. They saw the man-to-man coverage, bump and run, up real tight, so he just tried to get him deep. I think that's a good chance. That's a good shot. Go ahead and take it.
Well, Bjorn Nitmo, with that strong wind behind him, it's been measured at 13 miles an hour with gusts up to 26.
Well, his long coming in is 45 long, but then, as you said, this is a good win. He'll have a shot at making that.
It'll be a 50-yarder if he can nail it. And the left-footed kick is on its way. And he puts Montreal ahead with a 50-yard field goal for Bjorn Nitmo. We'll be right back.
Did you know the cost of 2 business calls from these Detroit mechanics to Atlanta may surprise you?
Vintage cars are my specialty.
With AT&T Long Distance, your small business can get AT&T quality at extremely competitive prices.
I treat cars like people.
Even though the other company would like you to believe
See ya.
they always save you lots of money.
That's all I save? Drives you crazy, doesn't it?
Competitive price, another AT&T advantage.
Why am I going to Opelika, Alabama?
It's Opelika.
Opelika, Opelika. Why?
And Mr. McKenna asked you to?
This is a good reason.
25% of business travelers travel to small towns. But in even the tiniest towns, there's a place with fax machines, meeting rooms that works. Holiday Inn. And that makes doing business 100% easier.
Nice town, Opelika. Opelika.
Holiday Inn. Stay with someone you know who really knows you.
It's not easy to pull yourself away from a bowl of Kellogg's Raisin Bran. Those 2 scoops of raisins do so good, you'll find that once you start, you can't leave them behind. It's those 2 scoops that taste too good to pull yourself away. 2 scoops of raisins, golden flakes of bran. Get every bite you can. It's those 2 scoops that taste too good to pull yourself away. 2 scoops that taste too good in Kellogg's Raisin Bran. 2 scoops.
The World League of American Football. Brought to you by Delta Airlines. We love to fly, and it shows. By State Farm Insurance. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. By Acura Automobiles. Experience precision-crafted performance. And by Kentucky Fried Chicken. Nobody's cooking like today's KFC.
Perhaps the smartest thing that the Montreal organization did was to hire a French coach. Jacques Dussault spent the last 2 years coaching up in Sackville, New Brunswick in Canada. And folks, there it is. He sets a fashion statement today, wearing shorts on the sideline. His team leading 3-0. They have some of the better special teams in the World League. Bjorn Nitmo slipped. I hope he did Yeah, on cue, folks. That's some of the better special teams in the World League.
Bjorn Nitmo is the best kicker, I think, in the World League. He's kicked for the New York Giants. He's a good kicker. But this AstroTurf right here is old, it's slippery, and you can see that his right foot, as he planted on it, went right out from underneath him.
I'm glad he had the wind at his back that time.
Hey, it's a good thing those people fielded the ball properly, because it could have been recovered and gone 10 yards.
All right, Mike Johnson and the Riders.
Red 358.
Having lost 3 in a row now. 1st and 10. And they will start under Johnson, the one-time West Virginia running back. And he makes 2 yards and no more before Adam Bob, number 94, wraps him up.
Little fisticuffs going on down there.
The Montreal defense for Coach Dessault here this afternoon. Putzer, Royal, and Gilbert in that 3-man defensive line. Good linebackers. Tracy Simeon, Adam Bob, Dan Murray, and Ray Savage.
Green and 30. Set. Ho.
Again, it's under Johnson. And the ball was fumbled, but recovered by the Riders, and that's the defensive secondary for the Machine. Steve Lofton, Quentin Jones underrated at that strong safety spot. Darrell Holmes and Richard Shelton, who is the ballyhooed member of that quartet. He has scored 4 touchdowns, the second leading scorer on the Machine behind Nitmo, and he scored each in a different manner. A fumble recovery, an interception, a punt return, and a kickoff return. Now on 3rd down, the left-hander fires incomplete. Hess was the intended receiver that time, and he was defended by Quentin Jones.
Well, they brought the 2 inside linebackers. So he had the one-on-one coverage that he wanted to throw. He just threw it to the outside of the curl rather than the inside. If you throw a ball to a receiver that's running a curl to the inside, that's the direction of a spin. He can keep moving in that direction. It doesn't have to be perfect. Outside it is really tough.
I'd like to see Shelton get a return here.
He's been good at it.
Sullivan punting for the 2nd time as the Rider offense. He's under pressure, but he got it. Shelton making a dangerous fair catch at the 27-yard line, hesitating a little bit as he made up his mind on that 25-yard punt against the wind. Montreal's ball when we come back to San Antonio.
Today's rules of the game are brought to you by State Farm Insurance. Here's former NFL referee Jim Tunney.
The final 2 minutes of each half will be longer for offensive teams in the World League. I'll tell you about it in a moment.
For years, you've depended on State Farm to insure your car. But did you know you can also depend on us to protect your family's future? State Farm. We sell life insurance. For years, you've depended on State Farm to insure your home. But did you know you can also depend on us to provide financial security for those you love? State Farm. We sell life insurance.
In the World League, with less than 2 minutes in any half, the clock will be stopped with every first down. The team driving for a score can use the clock and be rewarded for advancing the ball. This rule will add excitement to the end of each half of World League games.
Rules of the game have been brought to you by State Farm Insurance. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
No better way to face the day.
The morning belongs to Skin Bracer Aftershave. Its cool, brisk tingle really gets you going. And what a great scent. Skin Bracer.
No better way to face the day. Find it.
Join Jack Nicklaus for the final round of one of the PGA Tour's most demanding tests. It's the Memorial Tournament, sponsored by Dean Witter, today on ABC Sports.
Back in San Antonio with their first sellout crowd of the season on hand here. The Riders trailing the Machine by a field goal with 8 minutes and 20 seconds to go in the opening quarter. Mike Proctor, the Montreal quarterback. Cador coming in motion behind him. And the hand is to Ricky Johnson. Brought down by Tim Walton.
The offensive right tackle, Kevin Leitner, did a real good job of hook blocking the defensive tackle. For San Antonio that time, 51 Eric Snelson, who is now in there playing because Greg Ross, the nose guard, is out with a injury. We don't know how serious, but he's one of their better defensive linemen. They need him in there.
Second down and 5 for Proctor and the machine. Here's Johnson again behind Sargent, who is an excellent blocking fullback. Helped clear the way, and Johnson bolts out to the 47-yard line, where Anthony Cooney makes the stop.
This is what they call their eye stretch play. Now you'll see he'll hand the ball deep, and the guard's going to step around there. That's Novak 79, and he seals it off. He gets a cutback by stretch. They want to stretch the defensive front and allow the running back to find his own crease. The critical blocking is actually backside. Don't allow the pursuit to get there.
Ricky Johnson already has gained 42 yards here in the first quarter on 6 carries. He's averaging 7 yards a pop for the machine with another 1st and 10. They're coming.
Oh, he's got it.
Proctor slips away, but not from the second man, Tim Walton. Down at the 35, but it was Eric Snelson, number 51, who got through first and forced him out of the pocket.
51 Eric Snelson, I think, beat Kevin Leitner, number 67, the offensive right tackle. Now you'll see him flash. See Leitner turning out. No, he was turning out. It should have been a guard turning out to block him. He's loose. Now this is the advantage of being a big, strong quarterback. You can get rid of the one hit, but you can't avoid the second one.
12-yard loss. Second and 22. Four-man rush. Proctor throws incomplete to Darrell Harris, who had slipped out of the backfield, the veteran running back from Arizona State. Let's go downstairs to Mark Jones. Mark.
Gentlemen, a big part of San Antonio's running attack right here on the sidelines with me rather than playing. Ricky Blake, will you be able to go today because of that sore groin?
Oh, yes. I'm going to try it with the next series. Coach just told me I'm going in the next series.
How bad is it, and will it hamper you a lot?
Well, I'm about 80% right now, but I'm going to try it. You know, he told me if it bothered me, I'll come out of the game.
Okay, back upstairs, guys.
Where, for Montreal, it is 3rd and 22. Proctor down the middle, complete for the first down. K.D. Dunn, who caught the winner last week against Raleigh-Durham with a 27-yard reception.
See, now he caught him in a 2-deep zone, 2 deep backs covering the field 50% apiece there, and he got it right down where he had to. Plus, he bought time by avoiding the rush.
Jacques Dussault having sent the play into his quarterback. Proctor wearing the receiver in his helmet. On first down, this is Harris. He battles his way to the 34-yard line with Roderick Manning hanging on.
You know, offensive football is so critical that everybody does their job specifically and are right on time, do it right. But see, that play was blocked perfectly except for Broderick Sargent, the fullback. He gets his kick out. They have another 10, 15-yard gain.
Greg Ross is checked back into the middle of that defense.
Well, he makes a difference.
Second down.
They're lined up wrong on defense.
They've switched to a one-back, and Proctor, under pressure, steps away from it. Very cool and incomplete. Could not hook up with Mike Cador as Kennedy Wilson, number 46, was delivering the blow.
That's throwing the ball under extreme pressure, but there's the advantage of being 6'4". Now you hold the ball up there, and all defensive people all around him, he could still flip it out there.
Proctor's out of Murray State, holds most of their major passing records at that school, and one thing today, he looks very calm under pressure. They're going to come again.
Oh, good call.
And they blitzed right into that draw play. Mark Ledbetter, number 94, was all over it.
Mark Ledbetter, number 94, they move him all around. He is their best all-around defensive football player, and he takes the gap. He comes up inside. He can select by defensive game plan where he's going when he blitzes in there like that.
And a punt for Montreal, number 11, Chris Moore.
The league's leading punter, Chris Moore, out of Alabama. standing at the machine 48-yard line.
Boy, watching him punt the football in pregame warm-up, he was hanging it up there at our level here. I can't see why he didn't make it at Tampa Bay.
He'll make it someday with an NFL team as they run the 25-second clock off and take the 5-yard penalty. With that wind at his back, Chris Moore would have kicked this one halfway to Houston.
It's an advantage. You're moving back another one. Of course, then the defense won't take the penalty. Ooh, look at that punt.
High punt by Moore. But it goes into the end zone. It'll come out on the 20. There is a penalty flag down. There is a penalty flag down at the 44-yard line. Penalty marker down. They'll get it sorted out here on the field. I suppose the thought of having Nitmo attempt another field goal had to cross their mind. He cleared that 50-yarder by about 5 yards with this win.
First down.
So it'll be the Riders' ball when we all get back together again here in San Antonio.
I'm on my way. Boise?
When your travel plans suddenly change,
You gotta help me. I checked my case to Boston, now they want me in Boise.
it's good to know Delta's got a team like Cumbus,
Walt, I need a recheck fast.
to Price,
Large sample case?
to Morris,
number 0479.
to Ellert.
I got it.
Great job, Walt. No problem, Mr. DePrima.
Thanks.
Mr. DePrima, Mr. Michael DePrima, please call your office.
Walt? About that bag.
Instead of trying to give your car a personality, maybe you should try a car that already comes with one. The Civic Si from Honda.
Who needs all the rigmarole?
Face it, lots of places offer new tires. I'm not going to hand my car over to just anyone. But you got to ask yourself, who's going to back you better than Sears?
When they say it's guaranteed, it's guaranteed.
And right now, Sears Guardsman Response Radio is at our lowest price ever, only $18.88. Installed in just 60 minutes, 7 days a week.
Come on, who's going to back you better than Sears?
The Birmingham Fire try to nail down a playoff spot when they travel to Raleigh-Durham. It's the season finale of the World League, Saturday on ABC Sports.
Well, next Sunday at 11 Eastern, the world's top drivers battle for the most coveted prize in auto racing, the Indianapolis 500. Then at 3:30 Eastern, auto racing continues as the second test begins at the International Race of Champions, all next Sunday here on ABC. The big back has checked in for San Antonio. He is 6'2", 250 pound Ricky Blake, second in the World League in rushing.
White, 395. Set, ho!
His 100th carry of the season. Gets to the corner before he is out of bounds at the 23-yard line.
Brett, you heard him call white 395. What he was saying, white is their live color for an audible. We're going to go 39, which is the toss play to the left. He's reading the defense. If the strong safety's to the right, they run to the left on that play.
Blake has carried 100 times for 500 yards this season now.
Green, 485. Set, ho!
Mike Johnson fakes to his big back, finds running room. He'll keep it, and he makes his way to the 46-yard line for a Rider first down, and there is the added dimension of Mike Johnson.
See, you have to maintain your defensive discipline against this kind of quarterback. You'll see now that he gets there, no backside support right there. There should be a contained man right there to stop him from getting there, and that was Tyrone Jones, number 26's responsibility to do it. He didn't do it. Long gain. You lose.
22-yard gain for Johnson. Brings the ball out to the 46. San Antonio down a field goal with a 1st and 10. Against the blitz, he throws incomplete.
Good pressure on him. You know, when
hasn't completed a pass here.
I know. Well, he came into the ball game only completing 45.7%. But they've restricted the game plan, tried to make it a little simpler, try to improve the efficiency. But if you're going to set real short and throw with a quarterback from 3 to 4 yards behind the line of scrimmage, the offensive linemen have to be more aggressive on the protection.
Under pressure again. Savage coming, and then Dan Murray, 57, cleaned up.
You know, now Murray made the play, but the guy that broke the protection down really was the poor blocking by Ricky Blake. Ricky Blake at 250 pounds should be able to pick up an inside linebacker. You'll see to the right side of your screen, Blake pick up a guy. He doesn't get him. You'll see him appear right in his face right there. That flushes him out. Now comes Murray, 57. Maybe that's why Ricky Blake hadn't been playing as much as he should. He should be able to block that man.
3rd and 20 for Johnson and the Riders.
Set.
4-man rush this time. Out of bounds. It was caught by Garrett, but out of bounds.
It was open. He waited way too long to throw the football out of rhythm. He could have made the first down with that if he had thrown it in rhythm. Get it there on the break.
So again, the Riders are forced to punt as head coach Mike Riley was there conferring with his quarterback on the sideline.
You know, the one thing you got to do when you're limited at the quarterback position is emphasize the other strengths. If you got a 250-pound running back who just runs for 12-yard first down the first time he touches the ball, give him the ball. You don't have to be a genius. Let him run.
High punt by Sullivan. And Shelton will let it bounce, and what a beautiful punt. It's going to be downed inside the 5-yard line at the 1. A gorgeous piece of punting here by Kent Sullivan. A 61-yard punt against the wind.
It has an extremely powerful engine, the most precise ergonomic design, and luxury appointments like hand-finished wood and fine leather. Introducing the Acura Vigor. Because even the man who flies the most sophisticated aircraft needs some excitement in his life.
Power Stick Antiperspirant. It excels with 50% more odor and wetness fighters per stroke for 24-hour control that ordinary deodorant sticks just can't beat. Power Stick for 24-hour control.
Engine repairs can cost you. So remember, Fram oil filters protect your engine better because they stop more dirt the first time through than any other filter. Fram, you could pay a little now or a lot later.
Kentucky Fried Chicken asked this man to help prove how irresistible our new honey barbecue wings taste. Just look at those tender, juicy wings, prepared with our savory barbecue sauce and sweetened with just the right touch of honey. For a limited time only, new honey barbecue wings from Kentucky Fried Chicken. So irresistible, the experts are already buzzing about it. In fact, they're spreading the news.
What are the 4 most exciting words in sports? Gentlemen, start your engines. Watch the Indianapolis 500 live next Sunday on ABC Sports.
So my question here, Dick, is how many plays will it take to drive 97 yards?
Well, I don't know. It's been taking this year. It's been taking them 61 plays per touchdown. So you can see if they have to go 93 yards to score, it might take them that many plays on this drive.
Ricky Johnson back in at tailback. Proctor off a fake, throwing incomplete, and he's very fortunate that he wasn't taken down for a safety on that play.
He was, plus Steve Williams, the receiver, running a one-on-one route down there. It wasn't.
I left you right, 89.
Like he was surprised it was coming to him.
Coach Dussault having sent in the play.
Okay, yeah.
Second down and 10. Proctor again backing into the end zone. And he'll go long and incomplete. That was Gary Cooper, number 83, and we've come to the end of the first quarter. So now it will be San Antonio's turn to have that wind at their back, and we'll come back after a word from our ABC stations.
Monday, John Stossel discovers some of the best-kept secrets of childcare. Whether you're a parent or not, don't miss a special edition of 2020 Monday.
Over the years, KVUE 24 Action News has made a difference in Austin. These days, there's a new spirit in the air. The spirit of excellence and dedication. Commitment. Working harder and doing more. A spirit that makes Austin's best local news even better. KVUE 24 Action News.
The Europeans make fine luxury cars. We know Lexus has acquired thousands of them in trades for our Lexus LS 400. Check out the rate of exchange at Lexus of Austin.
Automotive Week, one of the most respected publications of the industry, ranked Brake Check as the largest company specializing in brake repair in the U.S.
We're the largest because we take brake repair and your family's safety very seriously. And we built the Brake Check team you've depended upon for 23 years.
Brake Check, the largest company specializing in brake repair, period.
Brake Check, we're the largest because we do it right.
Man married 21 times confronts 5 ex-wives. Next, Donahue.
The World League of American Football. Brought to you by Kentucky Fried Chicken. Nobody's cooking like today's KFC.
So Montreal tied with New York, New Jersey at 4 up and 4 down in the North American East. And the Knights scheduled to play in Birmingham tomorrow night. So a win here is almost a must for Montreal, but they're really backed up right now. It is 3rd and 10 as we start the second quarter. It is Sargent, and he blasts out to the 7-yard line as a penalty flag is thrown on the play.
Boy, it's critical to get that ball out beyond the 5-yard line because it gives you...
Motion, offense, number 71.
71 is Tony Brown, the offensive left tackle. Now, he just joined the club here just a couple weeks ago. He moved a little early, but I'll tell you this, you have to give that punter 15 yards down there from, so he can get in that full spread punt formation. Otherwise, you've got to line up in a tight punt formation, and you don't cover nearly as well. You know, that last punt by the San Antonio punter, Sullivan, the real long 60-yarder, really pays dividends now because the other team now, with the league's best punter, Moore, is punting against the wind, out of the end zone.
Well, let's see if Chris Moore can get a hold and drive one out of the end zone as Elliott Searcy awaits a possible return here. Moore is backed up deep in the end zone.
Here's how you find out how good your punter really is. Put him in the end zone, let him kick it. Not very good.
And they'll just let this one roll dead. No, he decided not to. He picks it up on a hop, which can be real dangerous for a punt return man. A 31-yard punt.
First downs, the Machines lead in first downs, total offense. See, again, yards passing. San Antonio just doing a very poor job of throwing the football. I think they'd be better off if they'd go ahead and pound on them, establish that running game, and then bring in the passing attack.
There is a flag on the punt.
Well, it can't be an illegal man downfield because you're free to go downfield.
I said it was an illegal formation.
All right, now that's a critical penalty because now you can no longer use your spread punt. You have to go to a tight punt. Now the linemen get in tighter. If the punter gets a good punt, it's tougher to cover from a tight punt. It shortens both corners. I think it was a good idea to make them punt it over again, even though they had a halfway decent return.
Look where Moore is standing. His right foot is almost back on the end line. Got to be a good snap. Searcy at the 35. And he's down at the 28-yard line where it will be 1st and 10 for San Antonio. They're saying he was down at the 28-yard line.
Gee, now Moore, who is the league's best punter, coming in here averaging over 42 yards a punt and gets 2 opportunities to show how good he is punting the ball out of his end zone and doesn't do a good job.
So now it'll be Mike Johnson and the Riders. Ricky Blake still in at running back. 2 tight ends and 2 wide receivers, but one of the tight ends, Ronnie Williams, is split on the outside. Charlie Darrington tightens up to help out against these outside linebackers. Johnson with time runs free again inside the 20. And Mike Johnson to the 17-yard line. Another nifty 12-yard run.
Again, I know he comes out thinking he'd like to throw the football. Now, he had a tight end open downfield. He didn't throw it to him. He likes to run the football. And it's a lot different running from a quarterback position than it is a running back position. A lot easier because the defense is so spread out.
Elliott Searcy, the wide man, out to his left. Dwight Pickens to his right. And this is
nice
Ricky
drop.
Blake. Big hole. And Blake barrels down to the end zone. Touchdown, San Antonio.
Watch the block by the 2 offensive linemen right here. They really come off. That is James Harper, 77. See him reach and turn him out. That opened that hole up inside. He gets a nice block downfield by Eddie Grant. Now here's the advantage of running at 250 pounds. Someone's got to take him low.
Boy, he really stuck it to Darrell Holmes, the safety. Shelton fell away from him inside the 5-yard line. Ricky Blake was shedding bodies for the last 3 yards of that run.
Just give him the ball.
You can't hear me, Coach, with your body.
Well, you wanted him to carry the ball.
Yeah.
Gallery hammers the extra point. San Antonio with its first lead here today. On this run by Ricky Blake.
Hand him the football. Look at that power.
It fell away. And we'll come right back to San Antonio.
Honda has been named #1 in import owner loyalty for the 14th year in a row, which means year after year, more people buy Honda after Honda. Why? Because you get what you pay for.
The Accord Lease Program. See your nearest Honda dealer for details.
Man, no better way to face the day. When the sun comes up, then I'm feeling fine. Cause the AM surely is my favorite time.
The morning belongs to Speed Stick. It's what more men reach for to prepare, to prevent, to protect. Speed Stick, 110% protection.
No better way to face the day. Man, no better way to face the day.
Speed Stick, 110% protection.
A1, it's how steak is done.
Only one thing about painting you gotta know how to do. Ask Ace. You expect quality from Ace, and that's just what you get.
Top quality in every drop, guaranteed.
Ace 7-star latex house paint, $11.99 a gallon.
Hey, quality counts, so count on Ace Paints.
Tuesday at a special time, Ned Beatty guest stars.
That's a chemistry set. Every boy should have one.
We could just turn on the gas and blow ourselves up.
A special hour of Roseanne Tuesday.
On a warm, breezy afternoon in San Antonio, Texas, only 2 weeks remaining in the regular season. The London Monarchs have wrapped up the European division. San Antonio and Birmingham in a dogfight in the West. Montreal and New York, New Jersey tied in the East.
Let's go, team!
And here's San Antonio with a 7-3 lead. 13.5 minutes to go in the first half. And with the wind at Gallery's back, he takes one out of the end zone. One more look at Ricky Blake's beautiful run.
The offensive line did a real nice job of picking up the stunt by the defensive lineman coming in here and scraping the linebacker off. You'll see now the lineman picked that up with zone blocking, and that's what gives them the clear running lane. Now watch Harper, 77. See him pick up that stunt. They pick up the linebacker. Eddie Grant, the center, did a real good job of cutting off the nose guard. Big hole.
During that commercial timeout, the Montreal coaching staff spent the time trying to rally the troops, trying to motivate them. Ricky Johnson back on the field, and let's check in with the hero and Mark Jones. Mark?
Yeah, I'm with Ricky Blake right now. Ricky ran like a man possessed, or maybe a man running for some extra bonus money at the end of the season.
Well, you know, I didn't start, so I have to come in and prove myself, and that I'm back, and you know, that extra money, you know, it's going to do a lot of, it's going to do a lot of help.
Okay, thank you very much. Back upstairs.
Each player guaranteed about $20,000, is it, Dick, in the World League, plus bonuses based on how often they play and everything. There's the pass to the tight end, K.D. Dunn. For example, let's take the quarterbacks who are paid a higher base salary. They get $25,000. His potential earnings as an individual in bonuses, $46,500. Team, $15,000. If we project them in winning the World Bowl, Stan Gelbaugh would pick up $86,500. Not bad for 12 weeks in the summer when you were back in the Maryland area selling photocopiers just a few months ago, thinking your football career was over. Proctor on the move,
nice
throws
catch.
complete, a beautiful grab by Dunn for the first down. That's a 15-yard gain. Proctor to his tight end.
This is a real good job. You'll see from the ends on the left-hand side of your screen, K.D. Dunn, little rollout pass. He sets out. Watch him right from the left-hand side. He goes right up over his shoulder, looked the ball in. There's people all around him. Again, a big, strong guy, but he concentrated on the ball and took it out of the air.
First and 10 for Montreal. Johnson bolts to near midfield, and that'll be close to another first down.
See, both teams are running the ball well, and as coaches, you say, well, we've got to go with our total offense. We've got passes in our game plan, play action passes in our game plan. Let's use it all. They both would be better off for a while just to really get after each other with a running game.
Hey, players.
Yeah.
Time to go away.
Johnson with 53 yards and 8 carries. Now a 2nd and 1 for the machine. Johnson over the top. Bit of a goal line look there on a tight offensive formation.
Normally you don't do that until 3rd down. I thought it was going to be a waste down, get into a short yardage formation, then come with a play action pass. K.D. Dunn did a pretty good job. You'll see him at the top of your screen, number 86. He gets a nice knockdown block back to the inside. Did a good job.
And a first down for the machine at midfield. Cador and Cooper are the wide receivers. Dunn, the tight end, now is off to Proctor's left. Confusion, a whole bunch.
You know what happened there? I think the offensive center stepped on the quarterback's foot, and he couldn't get out from underneath the center. It threw the whole timing off. We'll see if we can see it from ground level here. It looked like he was really pulling his foot out. Now he stepped forward. See, he can't get it. He can't get his seat right there. He can't get his foot clean. That caused the problem. It broke down the rhythm of the backfield play.
And as a result, it is 2nd and 13 for the machine. Now Johnson goes in motion. And again, Proctor goes down.
It may have happened again. See, if you're a right-handed center, many times you take a jab step with your off foot, your left foot, as you snap the ball. And if your quarterback has his left foot forward, he'll get stepped on if he doesn't get it out of there.
Near left, key right, 83-0-1-1. First down, huh? Key right, blue 19.
Third down.
Blue 19. Set. Hit.
They're coming
They're
after
come. Proctor's in trouble. Penalty flag is down, and he's buried at the 40-yard line by Tim Walton.
You can see that they're having real trouble picking
71
the extra rushers.
Offense.
That's Tony Brown. He's played with Buffalo a couple years, Miami 1 year.
Fourth down.
You see, here they come, Walton. Here comes Ledbetter around the corner, 94. They're still, Walton did a good job of just keep coming. So did Ledbetter. See, they just kept coming.
Penalties declined, and Chris Moore will punt it again for Montreal. Under pressure.
Ooh, beauty.
He gets it off as Richard was closing in, fielded by Searcy at the 14. Searcy surrounded and down at the 19-yard line. And Gary Richard came close to blocking Chris Moore's punt. You'll see number 44 come flashing into your screen. We'll be right back.
The final duel of the Triple Crown, live June 8th on ABC Sports.
Did you know the cost of 2 business calls from these San Diego pet stores to Denver may surprise you?
Of course they're easy to feed.
With AT&T Long Distance, your small business can get the quality you trust at extremely competitive prices.
They really do make perfect pets.
Even though the other company would like you to believe, they always save you lots of money.
That's my big savings? That's it. Not exactly the catch of the day.
Competitive price, another AT&T advantage.
Your biggest competitor is working on a proposal for the same job you're after.
You want this to be enlarged?
They have about the same ideas you do.
Copy this slide.
The only difference is...
Let's print it.
They own a Canon color laser copier, and you don't. Who would you give the job to? If you think you can't afford a Canon color laser copier, maybe you can't afford to be without one. Call 1-800-OK-CANON.
Kentucky Fried Chicken asked this man to help prove how irresistible our new honey barbecue wings taste. Just look at those tender, juicy wings, prepared with our savory barbecue sauce and sweetened with just the right touch of honey. For a limited time only, new honey barbecue wings from Kentucky Fried Chicken. So irresistible, the experts are already buzzing about it. In fact, they're spreading the news.
It's at the course that Jack built just outside of Columbus, the Memorial. Jack Nicklaus, the architect, only 6 shots out of the lead. We'll be going there at the end of our World League action. Steve Snapp of Ohio State took us out there to play that course last year when we were in town to a Buckeye game, and that is one of the finest golf courses I've ever been on.
A lot of people say that, Brent. I've never been on it, but make sure you invite me next time you go, huh?
I'll arrange it this fall.
Green, 345.
First and 10 for San Antonio. Mike Johnson throwing down the sideline and incomplete. The intended receiver was Dwight Pickens.
You see what they tried to do? They tried to run a hook and go on first down, a running down. You'll see here on isolation now, he'll come down and run about a 12-yard hook. 84, Dwight Pickens working on Shelton, who's a pretty good corner. See, he makes a jump, he goes, but I'll tell you, that ball is very difficult to throw because the turnaround route throws the rhythm of the throw off.
Mike Johnson is 0 for 5 here today. So both teams struggling offensively. The difference has been that man, Ricky Blake. His touchdown bolt put San Antonio ahead 7-3.
I'll tell you this, there are 4 or 5 different pro scouts here to watch Ricky Blake run the football because, you know, they couldn't watch him in college. He played a little in Canada, and here he is, and I think he knows this, and he wants to earn the right to play in the National Football League by running well today.
250-pound running back. Ironhead Hayward. That's who you could compare him with in size.
345.
Set.
3 receivers out to Johnson's right. He rolls in that direction. Now in trouble, he'll cut back and be hammered at the 14 by Tyrone Jones.
What makes it hard to pass protect sometimes are these large splits they're using in the offensive line. Now you'll see as they set up to sprint out now, see that gives that defensive lineman there a lot of room, Desmond Royal, to get outside that offensive guard. I'd tighten those splits down on those passing downs.
Kent Sullivan standing in the San Antonio end zone.
Yeah, Coach.
Shelton has to step back, and he does at the 43.
He's got a
shot. Looking for an alley, and there's a penalty flag down. He's out of bounds at the 40-yard line, but a penalty marker came flying.
Shelton's the leading scorer on the team, and he's a defensive back. A punt return for a touchdown, a kickoff return for a touchdown, and a pass interception return for a touchdown. I hope they give him offensive pay as well.
Come on, let's go, man. They do penalty too.
So it's going to be marched off against Montreal. The penalty was on the return. Let's see if number 30 here makes an illegal block. Charles.
Harry Shelton, number 42. Saw a block right there. We saw it. Probably was.
Yeah,
Henry Charles, number 30, getting blocked from behind.
So Montreal will have the ball from the 37-yard line.
At Acura, we've discovered that when we go the extra mile, so do the people who drive our cars. The 1991 Acura Integra.
Today, a guy losing his hair can choose between being the man he wants to be
We look great with hair. Do something to save it.
and the man he could become.
Can't you accept nature like everyone else?
Doctors have hair loss treatment programs that are proven to work, and the sooner you see a doctor, the better.
We don't want nature. We want hair.
When you've considered the arguments,
We might look great bald.
and you decide you want hair, there's only one thing to do. See your doctor, or call this number for more information.
Got him. Got him. Need him? I got 6 upper running backs.
You want me to trade the Raiders linebackers? No problem.
Collect Pro Set football cards with your favorite stars in action and get a Pro Set World League card in every pack, plus a chance to win free official NFL memorabilia.
That first kid, you think you'll trade Warren Moon?
Only from Pro Set, America's #1 football card.
Awesome.
The Birmingham Fire try to nail down a playoff spot when they travel to Raleigh-Durham. It's the season finale of the World League, Saturday on ABC Sports.
San Antonio, Texas, and football fans were happy here to learn that the Houston Oilers have moved their training base into San Antonio. They're going to play a couple of preseason games when the Dome Stadium gets completed. They're going to try to win the hearts and minds of folks here in San Antonio who for a long time have been Dallas Cowboy fans. Now Michael Proctor of the Montreal Machine going back to work. Trying to get away from the pressure, throws complete to Dunn and out of bounds at midfield for a first down. Maybe that's what they have to do is move that pocket.
Plus, they shifted the tight end, K.D. Dunn, from one side of the formation to the other, and the strong safety didn't shift over with him. Therefore, they were short one man on this side of the defense.
Coach Dussault, before the game, was trying to rally the troops out there on the field during calisthenics, and he walked up and he said, "Come on, men, we must start early. I'm running out of halftime speeches." I think he got back, the defensive player. That's Ricky Johnson behind the right side of the line. It's a little warm right here in San Antonio, and down we go to Mark Jones. Mark?
Brent, Dick, warm isn't the word. I don't want to say it's hot down here, but it is Well, about 120 degrees here at field level. I was speaking with some of the Montreal Machine players. They say that they definitely are feeling the heat, not just from San Antonio. You couple that with their long journey here from Montreal, and it could add up to fatigue in the late going.
The hottest foot on the field, though, belongs to quarterback Michael Proctor. He's had it stepped on twice by the center Dan Graham here, the early guard. 2nd down and 5 for Proctor. Pulls out cleanly this time and fires for a first down. There he caught the cornerback one-on-one. That was Calvin Nicholson on Gary Cooper that time and went to work on him.
If they just give the young man time to throw the football, he throws it pretty well, but they just haven't been doing that. Now you'll see one-on-one, he's getting no help, no underneath coverage. Calvin Nicholson drives on the ball properly. Hey, that's good coverage. Give him those kinds. Just don't let him go behind you.
Cooper off to Proctor's right, Cador to his left. And now Dunn brings the power of the formation over to the left side.
Good block.
I should check that. That's Harris, who had replaced Johnson, and a fine tackle by Tim Walton, number 57.
He's been active in
that would have been a big gain.
You what? Because Sargent, number 47, got a real good kick-out block, and there was a hole up inside. But as you said, Timmy Walton filled it.
Darrell Harris in for that play, and now Ricky Johnson replaces him in the backfield. And it'll be 2nd down and 10. They're going to come again. Proctor steps away from the first man, but hammered down at the 49. Mark Ledbetter cleaning up there, number 94. Tim Walton got to him first, but you could see that coming.
They don't have a clue as to how to pick up all these stunts. They really don't. And they might as well just keep blitzing and stunting. You'll see to the left side of your screen, there are more rushers coming in there than they have protectors. There's Walton. He was one of the linebackers coming. He gets off him. He's big and strong. Here comes the other guy, and he'll be there all day too, Mark Ledbetter.
Ledbetter, perhaps the best defensive player on this San Antonio team. Now needing 20-some yards for a first down. But is tight end for the first down. Inside the 20-yard line, K.D. Dunn.
See, it can't be done any better than that. Give him time and let him throw the football. They've got to be sounder in their protection. Now, it's easy to say that up here, but sometimes you question how much time teams spend on the tough problems in pass protection. Boy, that was well done.
Fine 30-yard gain on 3rd and 21. Giving Montreal a 1st and 10 inside the San Antonio 20. The biggest play of the game so far. Except perhaps for Blake's touchdown run. Proctor again with time on the roll, and he throws to the fullback. And now Sargent steps out of bounds inside the 15.
You know, and you notice what they did with him on that first down pass. They didn't drop him back in play action. They brought him outside in play action. So if they're going to rush those linebackers inside, at least they're going to have to chase him from the inside out.
Dick, he looks a lot more confident as a quarterback than he did in the first half last week against Raleigh-Durham.
He does. You know, and he shows great poise. You know, you just imagine how many times he's been hit as a quarterback back there and still show that poise. Hey, that's good. That's good.
Well, the Riders are back on their heels, and they call a defensive timeout.
All the rigmarole.
Face it, lots of places offer new tires. I'm not going to hand my car over to just anyone. But you got to ask yourself, who's going to back you better than Sears?
When they say it's guaranteed, it's guaranteed.
And right now, Sears Guardsman Response Radio is at our lowest price ever, only $18.88. Installed in just 60 minutes, 7 days a week.
Come on, who's going to back you better than Sears?
I love steak. I mean a big porterhouse.
Filet.
I like it very nicely medium.
Rare.
The sound is like... Wait. It's not done. Now.
It's done.
Done.
A1 is how steak is done.
Kentucky Fried Chicken asked this man to help prove how irresistible our new honey barbecue wings taste. Just look at those tender, juicy wings, prepared with our savory barbecue sauce and sweetened with just the right touch of honey. For a limited time only, new honey barbecue wings from Kentucky Fried Chicken. So irresistible, the experts are already buzzing about it. In fact, they're spreading the news.
Katie Dunn, 5 catches for 88 yards, Dick.
Well, you'll see Katie Dunn, the tight end right here, got off the line of scrimmage clean. The linebackers got to hold him up better, and he came underneath the safety. You'll see this as he comes off. See that? 3rd and long, and he converts. Nice throw right on the money.
Now it is 2nd and 4 for Montreal. Johnson steps away from a tackler and makes his way to the 9-yard line for a first down. Greg Ross getting him first. One of the impressive things about Johnson so far as a runner is that he has been able to step away from the first defensive player.
He's done that a number of times already. Yeah, good balance, good strength in the legs.
Let me correct that. I called that a first down, and they've got about a yard to go on this. So this is going to be 3rd and 1. They're down here where they can use 2 downs to get the first down if they want to. In a very tight formation using Johnson, and this time he gets it. So it'll be 1st and goal for Montreal.
Come on, put it in there, put it in there.
I write 28 Tom. I write 28 Tom.
I write 28 Tom. He's going to get the ball to the tailback to the right out of the I formation.
I write 28 Tom on 1.
Tom could mean tackle pull.
Here's the toss, and it's Johnson to the right. Short of the 5-yard line. Walton was there along with Greg Lee, 29. Tim Walton, number 57, is playing a fine game defensively. We hit the 2-minute warning in San Antonio.
You see Johnson right here taking the ball deep. He gets underneath the kick-out block by Sargent, heads for the end zone. Good linebacker play, puts him down.
We'll take a break.
Most people know State Farm sells car and homeowners insurance. Some people don't know State Farm sells life insurance too. I'm State Farm agent Cecil Burt. Our life insurance policies, our prices, and our financial ability to deliver on our promises, plus the good neighbor service State Farm agents are famous for, have made State Farm one of the largest of all life insurance companies and an outstanding life insurance value.
State Farm sells life insurance.
No better way to face the day.
The morning belongs to Skin Bracer Aftershave. Its cool, brisk tingle really gets you going. And what a great scent. Skin Bracer.
No better way to face the day. By men.
A1, it's how steak is done.
With Dick Vermeil and Mark Jones, I'm Brent Musburger. Nice to have you with us here in San Antonio. Dick, what do you think that Coach Dussault wants done here?
I think he wants to try to run a comeback pattern to a wide receiver, and listening to the communication during commercial, he wants to throw to his ex-receiver, which is normally your weak side receiver. It'd be to the left side here. That'd be Gary Cooper on a push him deep and come back.
Fakes a toss. Proctor can run in. He can walk in for the touchdown.
Ooh.
Boy, he made it tougher than it was.
Yes.
If he had put it away and taken off immediately, it was open. He got the touchdown, a 7-yard run, and Montreal regains the lead.
You'll see this is a naked play, meaning that he's coming out there without any protectors. He had the receiver go deep in the end zone and come back. He has option runner pass. Again, defensive discipline broken there. There should be somebody in his face. He has option runner pass. He goes ahead and runs. No one's there. He actually made it a little tougher than it had to be. He just wanted to hit somebody.
And so Kennedy Wilson was in his way, and he hit him. And Bjorn Nitmo adds the extra point. And now Montreal leads San Antonio 10-7. Again, the significance, only 2 weeks left in the World League. Both Montreal and San Antonio are tied in their respective divisions, but they would lose the first tiebreaker if they wind up tied. Montreal is in a deadlock with New York, New Jersey, but they were beaten earlier by the Knights. and San Antonio in a tie with Birmingham, but they lost to Birmingham a few weeks ago. So in effect, New York, New Jersey holds a lead in this division, and they await tomorrow night's meeting against Birmingham. Orlando not yet out of it, but for them to have a chance, the Knights would have to lose the rest of the way. Orlando plays next week up in Montreal. As far as the West is concerned, Sacramento was eliminated last night. Birmingham and San Antonio tied, and as I mentioned, New York, New Jersey plays in Alabama tomorrow. So at halftime, we'll show you the highlights of a very impressive win by London. They are really the finest all-around football team in the World League. And then we'll get Dick Vermeil's feelings about who might wind up in the World Bowl on June 9th in Wembley Stadium. I guess it's only fair that because of stadium usage on June 2nd that London will have to come to the United States for their first round playoff game. Maybe that'll equalize it a little bit. We'll have to wait and see, but they do look good.
Oh, they do. They're very well coached. And Larry Kennan and Ray Wilsey, the two coaches, have just done a great job.
Ball on the tee now. Andre Johnson awaits Nitmo's kick. Keeping it low against that wind. Takes a bounce to the 15-yard line. Picked up by Elliott Searcy. And down he comes at the 25. The scoring drive from Montreal. And remember, it featured that 3rd and 22 pass to tight end Dunn, as Proctor drives them 63 yards in 11 plays, takes it in himself. What a huge pass play that was.
Oh, yeah. And defensively, you've just got to be terribly upset with you because you do such a good job on your 2 early downs and then give them the first down on 3rd and real long.
345.
1st and 10 for Mike Johnson and the struggling San Antonio offense. Johnson trying to get his passing game going, and there he is, coming underneath to Lee Morris, number 86.
Now that type of throw is efficient as a running play. You know, it doesn't take much of a quarterback to complete that. He got back there, he had time. It's a little delay underneath, he drops it to him.
3 receivers are off to Johnson's right. He rolls in that direction. Fires complete again. This one to Hess. And a first down at the 45-yard line. So Billy Hess with the reception. One of those control receivers.
What they did was a real good job of getting the quarterback outside the pocket, and Hess did a great job of coming back for the football. He didn't sit there and wait for it. He went and got it.
Now Johnson looking to the left. Screen comes back to Garrett. And Garrett into Montreal territory. Reaches the 48-yard line, and Adam Bob making the stop.
That was the delayed screen to the wide receiver. They bring him in and then release the lineman out and throw the screen.
Working without the huddle. Closing minute here of the first half.
He's going to dash right. He's going to come back and now dash out of there. Here he comes.
He's still behind the line, but not now. And Johnson out of bounds at the 30-yard line.
Savage, number 55, an outside linebacker, was in pursuit and pulled a hamstring when he tried to catch him. This was a dash, meaning you drop straight back and then go ahead and sprint out. Now watch him drop straight back. He's going to set up. Now he dashes outside lineman. This is a design play. He doesn't like what he sees downfield. Now follow Savage in the middle of your screen. Watch him pull up right there. He had a hamstring pull. Boy, that hurts when you do that.
Johnson has rushed for a lot more yards than he's passed for here in the first half.
Are you surprised?
Fine runner.
He is a good runner.
52 yards rushing and only 7 passing. Here he hits Williams, and a fine tackle by Terrell Austin holding on to his foot, the big tight end.
See,
the leading tight end receiver in the World League.
Now that was good coaching, very good coaching on the part of the offensive staff, because that was they blitzed all the inside linebackers and they went hot to the tight end.
Timeout, so we'll take a break.
Everyone calls me father. And I love a kid's cereal.
Brave adults wrestle with the notion that Kellogg's Frosted Flakes is just for kids.
I work with tigers. I never thought I'd love one.
That delectable frosting, that incredible crunch. No wonder adults never outgrow the taste.
Oh, I'm guilty. Guilty. Guilty.
It's no crime. Frosted Flakes have the taste adults have grown to love. They're great.
This bench gets a professional finish with Krylon spray paint. No runs, no drips, no errors. Dries to the touch in minutes. The other brand's still tacky.
Wow! What a game!
Good game, Mr. Euchre.
Hey, she's a lot tougher than she looks.
For a fast, smooth, professional finish, get Krylon.
No better way to face the day.
The morning belongs to Speed Stick. It's what more men reach for, to prepare, to prevent, to protect. Speed Stick.
No better way to face the day.
You'll see that both linebackers were rushing up inside. The quarterback reads it. He goes hot to the tight end inside. Good coaching by the offensive coordinator, Tommy Lee. See, that's drilled. You teach him to do that within your pass system. Well executed.
Go!
Now on second down and 3, with the penalty markers flying and the whistle blown as there was movement down there in the line.
False start, number 73 offense.
That's John Husby, and that is a costly 5-yard penalty. They are moving down into field goal range at least. They would have liked a touchdown here in the closing seconds of the first half if they can get it. Garrett and Hess are off to Johnson's left. Williams and Morris to his right. Johnson with good protection. Throws complete to the 5-yard line, and out of bounds is Lee Morris.
You'll see Lee Morris will come down, go into the post, and go to the corner as Williams comes out here to the flat to draw the coverage. See, now, there he goes in. Now he comes back out to the corner. Nice throw. Good protection. Throws it right where he has to. Outside and away from the receiver. Can't be done any better.
1 timeout remaining. 17 seconds. 4 wide receivers. Johnson will throw quickly. Hess with a diving try.
That was
and it'll be second and goal.
Woo! He's going over and telling him. Right now, Steve Lofton is going over to complain. It's Steve Lofton, the right cornerback. He was picked off something vicious there.
Quentin Jones wound up in hot pursuit after Lofton got picked clean by Garrett.
Change your alignments. Spread right, 17, 1 cross. On 1, ready.
See the pickup at the top of your screen right there.
A clear pick and a great try by Hess. Now it is second and goal. Johnson firing high and deflected, incomplete. That was Terrell Austin who got a hand on the ball.
This is a long, yeah, go ahead. This is a long 3rd down play.
7 seconds. They have a timeout remaining to stop the clock to get the field goal team on the field if they misfire here. The only thing you don't want to do is throw that interception. And when you got a ball deflected like that in the end zone, it can get a little dangerous down here.
Go!
That's Hess coming through the formation in motion. Johnson. Morris.
The thing the offensive line did for him this time is they picked up the linebackers blitzing inside. Danny Murray was coming up inside. They picked him up, gave him time to get to the receiver. Johnson's got to love that. He hasn't thrown many. He's thrown 6 on the year. That's his 7th.
You know, that ball was deflected as he released it. Gallery adds the extra point. So with 3 seconds left, San Antonio takes the lead 14-10. Mike Johnson comes alive on this drive, completing 6 of 8 for 61 yards. Watch now and see who deflects this ball.
57 is Danny Murray rushing in there. He's picked up nicely right there. Now He's getting a, oh no, it's number 90. It's Desmond Royal coming around from the backside. Maybe it wouldn't have been complete if
I don't think it would have
deflected.
been. I don't think the ball would have been caught if it hadn't been deflected. You
I
can't
agree
tell
with you.
for sure.
No, but I agree with you.
Coach Mike Riley, who played football for Bear Bryant in Alabama, then was a head coach of the Winnipeg Blue Bombers for a couple of years, guiding them to a Grey Cup championship. Nice young man, bright coaching future here in the World League and wherever he elects to go after this. With the Riders ahead 14-10 and 3 seconds to go. Next week, we'll be coming to you on Saturday afternoon, not Sunday. Indy 500 is on Sunday, remember. So at 3 Eastern time, we'll be back in Raleigh-Durham. The Skyhawks against the Birmingham Fire. The Fire will need that one to perhaps wrap up a playoff spot as we come to the last week, which will be next week in the World League's inaugural season. Who would have thought that the European division and Montreal would have been the huge successes as far as crowds and television ratings are concerned, and the United States would have struggled? I would have never thought.
Yeah, in fact, the World League officials, all the people we met with in Orlando before the season got, they were concerned that the teams weren't going to be good enough over there, and that the teams here would be better, and they'd lose. They wouldn't be able to attract the interest in the other half.
Great story concerning television in Mexico. Apparently, they've been picking up the games somewhat illegally in Mexico, and I want you to know the ratings have been very good in Mexico City, much better than the U.S. We've got to get some rating books down there in Mexico.
We've got to tell Mike Lynn.
Penalty flags come flying here with the final seconds ticking away. Coach Jacques Dussault and that staff done a fine job of turning on the crowd up in Montreal.
You're gonna have to kick it again.
We have a personal foul on the kicking team. After the play was over, it'll be 15 yards from the 20-yard line.
Can't end on a defensive penalty.
Exactly right.
No.
We can see the personal foul on the bottom of the screen, the left-hand side here. There it gets us a smash, smash to the face, right here. Can't see the number.
Well, the final 3 seconds for Montreal, and it does look like they're going to just kill the clock, doesn't it?
We saw that last week, remember?
Yeah, they fumbled at Frankfurt. So we're going to come back and show you some highlights of the London Monarchs. But before we do that, let's go down to Mark Jones. Mark?
Yeah, I'm with the coach, Mike Riley. Mike, tough sledding in the first half. Mike Johnson, your quarterback, really kept things alive with his scrambling ability, especially in that last scoring drive.
Well, that's one of the great threats that he offers us. You know, he has the ability, and there at the end, we were able to open things up a little bit, and he ran effectively. And it was good to score the points just before the half because they appeared to have done that.
Just maybe call his number a little more in the second half, quarterback draw, that kind of thing?
Well, we're going to try to open it up and make them defend this, the whole field. And I think with our sprint outs and bootlegs, we'll just need to do a little bit more of that, and that affords him an opportunity to move the defense around.
Good luck in the second half, Mike. Thanks for joining us. Back upstairs to Brent and Dick.
All right, Mark. Thank you. So a seesaw first half. San Antonio with a 14-10 lead, and we'll return after this message from the World League and a word from our ABC station.
The World League of American Football is orchestrated by the beat of an international rhythm.
Shoot-Offense wird sehr viel besprochen im Augenblick in der World League.
If we don't return it for a touchdown, we put the offensive on, you huddle up, and we're going ninja to the wide field. Ninja to the wide field. All right. Ninja to the wide field.
Here's Bell with a Statue of Liberty handoff to Mitchell. Mitchell fumbles. Now Mitchell's going to throw a pass. He's got a man wide open. He's got it 10-5 touchdown.
The World League of American Football. It's out of this world.
Monday, you're invited to join the fun as we celebrate the anniversary of an American institution. The best of Disney, 50 years of magic, coming Monday.
What are people saying about Maynard Downs?
Wonderful time.
Dad, we won!
Ponies, and payoffs.
And Fridays are dollar days.
All right, what a deal. Great
Fans won over $5 million this season, and you can win a little or win big with the new Try Super Wager.
I won.
Woo! Hurry, it's the last weekend of racing at Maynard Downs.
It's so exciting!
Now at Pizza Hut, get 3 great pizzas you'll love. The Pepperoni Lovers Pizza, piled high with pepperoni. Cheese Lovers Plus Pizza, any 2 toppings and 3 luscious cheeses. And Meat Lovers Pizza with 6 mouth-watering meat toppings. Now get a Meat Lovers, Cheese Lovers Plus, or Pepperoni Lovers Pizza for just $8.99 or get 2 for just $12.99. It's love at first bite, and it's only at Pizza Hut.
Henry Fonda, and There Was a Crooked Man, tonight at 11.
Halftime in San Antonio, and the Riders lead the Montreal Machine in the World League. 14-10 is our score. You know, if you handicap football games and you took a team from Europe and you said, we're going to have a road trip that's going to start off with our London team going all the way to San Antonio. Then the next week, let's take them up to New York. Then let's fly them out to Sacramento, and let's see what they can do with a trip like that. Wouldn't you say that the odds are pretty good that they're going to lose one of those 3? Well, here were the Monarchs taking on Sacramento with Danny Lockett and the Sack crew going to work. Virgil Robertson logging one of London's 8 sacks against the Surge last night. And Sacramento coach Kay Stevenson knew he was in for a long night. The Monarchs secondary showing no ill effects of all that jet travel. That was Chorus Urban nailing Mel Farr. The Monarch fans traveled to California from London, and their man, Piccadilly Stan Gelbaugh, went to work. Here he is hitting John Horton on a touchdown strike. And Larry Kennan, who has done a fabulous job of putting this organization together. Jeff Alexander scored 3 times. The first one on this quick trap. It was a 14-0 lead in the first quarter, and the Monarchs never looked back. And Piccadilly Stan is now the leading candidate to be the MVP in the World League. For the Surge, they did have a bright spot. Carl Parker caught 11 passes for 136 yards. He now has scored in 6 consecutive games for the Surge. And when it was over, London had wrapped up a playoff spot easily, 45-21. They are still unbeaten, 3-0 on that long, tough road trip. And then they became the first earlier today to wrap up a division title as Barcelona lost in Spain to Frankfurt, Germany, 10-3 the final there. And now Frankfurt moves into a prime position to wrap up a playoff spot in Germany next week if they can beat Sacramento. So London at 9-0 with 1 game to go against Barcelona. And for Barcelona, they must hope that Frankfurt gets upset. We'll take a look at the entire playoff picture with Dick Vermeil and get his thoughts on who might wind up competing for the World Bowl on June 9th in London. We'll be right back.
It was interesting. A couple of the students every once in a while would say, geez, Mr. Trifone, you know, you got these little specks, you know, can't you learn how to shave? The last 6 weeks I've been shaving with the Norelco, and I'm going to stick with it forever. Most definitely you can get a close and comfortable shave with the Norelco razor.
Now, Norelco's patented lift and cut system has been improved to lift each hair and cut it even closer without the blades touching your skin.
My wife said, geez, it's nice not to see your face all marked up.
The new Norelco, a new level of closeness and comfort.
Today, a woman needs a life insurance plan of her own. State Farm sells life insurance from an agent who's there for you today and there tomorrow, too. You see, we start you out right. with a plan specifically designed for a woman's needs. One that protects the people who count on you for so very much. And the State Farm agent will be there tomorrow, too, as your life changes, to keep that plan working for the people you love.
State Farm sells life insurance.
When you buy Valvoline motor oil, you get quality, high performance, protection, and now, for a limited time only, great taste. It's Valvoline's 125th birthday, and right now when you buy 12 quarts of Valvoline and buy 12 cans of any Coca-Cola product, we'll pay for the Coca-Cola product. People who know use Valvoline. With other motor oils, you just won't get the great taste of Coca-Cola Classic.
They qualify with speed, but it takes more than speed to conquer their next challenge. It takes skill, teamwork, and sometimes pure luck. It's the world's greatest auto race, the Indianapolis 500 Live. Then it's the next challenge in the International Race of Champions. It's all next Sunday on ABC Sports.
Hi, everybody. I'm Roger Twibelt of Muirfield Village Golf Club in Dublin, Ohio, outside of Columbus. Yesterday afternoon, Kenny Perry had this par putt at 18 for a round of 3 under 69. And after 54 holes, Perry is at 14 under par. He has a 2-shot lead over Corey Pavin as Kenny Perry is looking for his first victory on the PGA Tour. We'll have all the action of the final round of the Memorial coming up later today here on ABC Sports.
Well, San Antonio trailed twice in the first half, but they have taken a lead of 14-10. Now, taking a look at Montreal's position in the North American East, as we look at the playoff picture, New York, New Jersey, they win out, they go in. Montreal can win, but they do need help along the way, and Orlando needs a whole lot of help. Dick Vermeil, what's your feeling now about the East? Which is the best team?
Well, New York is. I think they're the only playoff caliber team in that group. Now, they don't always play like a playoff caliber team, but when they do, they are.
Okay, let me ask you about the West as we take a look at that playoff picture right now. Birmingham and San Antonio tied, but Birmingham, of the two, controls its own destiny because they beat San Antonio 16-12. What's your feeling about these two teams?
Well, I think San Antonio, or one of them, is going to end up in the playoffs, but I don't think any of them are playoff caliber teams. I think there are better teams that won't end up in the playoffs because they're not in the right division.
I know one of them's going to make it, but which one do you like?
Well, I'd say San Antonio will because they're a little better on offense and not too bad on defense.
Okay. Now, the European division, and this is the one that has been the dominant one in the World League. London has already wrapped up the division title. Frankfurt with a big edge in the duel for the wild card spot. Your feeling, Dick, overall, can anybody beat London when we get to the playoffs?
No, not if they play up to their ability. They're a complete football team. They handle all the variables. The inside the 20, they handle the blitz pickup. They, in turn, do a good job of stopping you inside the 20. They stop you on 3rd and longs, and they rush the passer pretty well. I don't think anybody can beat them.
All right, there you have it. Dick Vermeil giving away the secret on June 9th, but you might want to come along and see. And now it's time to see what's new in the world of sports science and technology.
A look behind the scenes as sports and science converge, brought to you by AT&T. In the Olympic sport of weightlifting, an athlete's bulk and strength are not the only factors that contribute to a successful lift. Technique also plays a significant role. At the U.S. Olympic Training Center in Colorado Springs, American weightlifters are using video and computer analysis to try to improve and perfect their technique.
This biomechanical investigation, these kinematic parameters are really helpful in order to find and give to the athletes visualize expression of the mistake.
After a workout in front of the high-speed cameras, the team and coach can observe the video for detailed step-by-step analysis.
Not sit down and wait for the back pressure.
The video is also converted to computer images to identify errors in a frame-by-frame progression. The computer allows analysis of the path and the position of the bar, as well as bar velocity and trajectory. With printouts from the computer, the Americans can compare their lifts with a world championship lift to help them visualize the differences and strive for the best combination of strength and technique. This sports science segment has been brought to you by AT&T.
Laura, I'm in Chicago and I'll be home in 2 hours. Everything went well, but it was a rough one. So it would mean a lot if you had dinner with me tonight. I called, but your line was busy, which is why I'm sending you this voice message. Ah, love in the age of technology. Oh, here's my train. Call me.
A service that keeps calling to get your message through is just one of the ways AT&T can help you. It's all in the cards. How can we help you?
Painting, easy as 1, 2, 3. Ask Ace for what you need. Ask Ace for what you need to know. Ask Ace for Ace Paint.
Top quality in every drop, guaranteed.
7-star interior latex paint, $10.97 a gallon.
Quality counts, so count on Ace Paints.
No better way to face the day.
The morning belongs to Skin Bracer Aftershave. Its cool, brisk tingle really gets you going. And what a great scent. Skin Bracer.
No better way to face the day. Find better.
If you're concerned about getting rid of weeds this way, try a better way. I'm Jim Martindale, here to introduce you to the Weed Popper. Place the Weed Popper next to a weed, step down, and the weed pops right out. The Weed Popper pulls weeds without kneeling, bending, and without chemicals that may be dangerous to our groundwater supply. The Weed Popper, with its 100% lifetime guarantee, pops weeds out as easy as 1, 2, 3.
The Weed Popper is available at Kmart, Walgreens, Osco Drug, and Home Depot. Makes a great gift for friends who garden.
The World League of American Football. Brought to you by Kentucky Fried Chicken. Nobody's cooking like today's KFC. By Valvoline Motor Oil. People who know use Valvoline. And by AT&T. The right choice.
A 4-point San Antonio lead as we get ready to start the second half. And, Dick, there are the numbers from the first half.
Well, you can see the machine right here has controlled the ball a little bit more. They just haven't scored as often, but it's very even. I think the turnover factor here in the second half is going to decide it along with the weather conditions. I don't know if Montreal is going to handle the heat as well.
Interestingly enough, Montreal chose the wind in the fourth quarter and not the ball. Montreal will kick it off. Nitmo, and it'll be San Antonio's ball. So the Riders will have the wind in the third quarter.
Right, now that's not a bad decision. The only negative is you remember the team to score last at the end of the half was San Antonio. Had good momentum, and now if they come up and start this next series with a good scoring drive, boy, then you question yourself.
Andre Johnson awaits the kickoff. Again, keeping it on that fielded at the 14-yard line by Searcy. And he makes his way to the 33-yard line, where it'll be Mike Johnson. Johnson had an interesting first half. He didn't complete a pass until the scoring drive. Then he was 6 of 13 for 61 yards and the touchdown. He rushed for 52 yards in that first half and recorded 3 first downs. Ricky Blake, who did not play last week in Barcelona, appeared in the first half, and he is the lone running back now with 3 wide receivers, including Ronnie Williams, who split off the line to the left.
385. Set. Ho.
Here is Blake.
Good job by Royal.
As Desmond Royal, number 90, came across the line of scrimmage and wrapped him up.
Normally when a nose guard gets into a play inside out that quickly, Brent, that he was slanting on the snap in that direction.
Here we go.
Well, the Riders are without their starting center, Vitale, and Eddie Grant, number 65, is handling that position, and he had his hands full that time against Desmond Royal.
Desmond Royal is their best defensive lineman.
So second down and 10. Johnson with time goes to Garrett, incomplete, and well defended at the 20-yard line by Steve Lofton.
Steve Lofton did a real nice job of running with him, you know, and he had to cover him for a long time, but he had him stride for stride all the way. Good position. He reaches high with his right arm, gets over the top, flips the ball. Nice job. Actually, I'm not so sure he even hit the football. Let's take another look and see if we can see. Here comes the ball down there. Boy, that was just out of the reach.
Third and 10. Johnson throws to Williams high and intercepted. Picked off by Austin. Montreal ball on the turnover. The pass was high to tight end Ronnie Williams.
See, what he tried to do is he tried to get the ball down the seam in the too deep zone in between the two safeties. He laid it real soft. See the tight end breaking in behind there. He just threw it a little high and behind him, and there comes Terrell Austin, number 22, to pick it off. And that's his first interception of the year.
And the first turnover of this football game. So the kickoff gamble paid off here for Montreal as they get the ball back on a turnover. Now they have field position at the San Antonio 47-yard line. Mel Proctor out of Murray State is the machine quarterback, handing to Ricky Johnson, who picks his way to the 44-yard line before Anthony Cooney and Tim Walton wrap him up.
For the tackle for the Riders, 28, Anthony Cooney.
Go, stay high ball.
Be second down and 7 for the machine. Cador and Cooper are the wide receivers. Sargent is the fullback. Katie Dunn, the tight end, shifts over to the left. Proctor under pressure. San Antonio tried to dive back in, but I believe Montreal, yes, they regained control of it.
They just cannot handle any kind of linebacker blitzing, stunning. You see the outside linebacker coming real hard to the outside. Pressure coming in from the backside right there. Number 96, Donnie Gardner, who is actually playing his first game in a few weeks. He's been injured.
Greg Lee stripped the ball free, and center Dan Graham saved it for Coach Dussault and the machine. Third down and 11. Proctor forced to scramble again, and it is incomplete, and now the penalty flag comes down. Calvin Nicholson is called for pass interference.
It was pass interference, though the ball was not catchable in any way, but it was definitely pass. I mean, he went up and made contact with a guy, came right up his back long before the ball got there.
That's a 15-yard penalty in the World League, and that would be enough to give them a first down.
Now I think they're discussing whether the ball was catchable or not. Take a look and see.
Defensive pass interference, number 25, first down.
Now, if the ball was tipped, there would be no defensive pass interference, but it was not tipped. So you can see there on the screen, the only ruling might have been that it was not catchable.
Are you sure it wasn't tipped?
Yeah,
I mean, the ball came out of
there
there so awkwardly. I'm told it was not. I guess it just got caught up in that wind, eh? And that's why it appeared to be such a weird forward pass. So a big penalty favoring Montreal, and the ball is put down at the 32-yard line. Cooper is off to Proctor's left, and Cador is to his right. They show blitz against him.
Drop the snap.
Fumble the snap, and this time it's picked up by the Riders. It was recovered by Mark Ledbetter. San Antonio ball.
You know what happened there? You know what happened there? A linebacker came in and started a blitz and stopped when he got to the line of scrimmage, and I think the center snapped the ball early, and the quarterback wasn't ready for it, and it dropped to the ground. A linebacker ran up in there like he was going to blitz in rhythm with the snap. They didn't snap it. He snapped it early anyway. Let's take a look in isolation and see if we can see. Here comes the linebackers, the quarterback right to the left corner of your screen. You see, he never did get the football. It was down in between his knees.
So it'll be San Antonio's ball with a 4-point lead here in the third quarter.
Man, no better way to face the day. When the sun comes up, then I'm feeling fine. Cause the AM surely is my favorite time.
The morning belongs to Speed Stick. It's what more men reach for: to prepare, to prevent, to protect. Speed Stick, 110% protection.
No better way to face the day. No better way to face the day.
Speed Stick, 110% protection.
Before leaving home, 50% of all travelers get butterflies. 2 out of 3 leave someone they love behind.
and nearly everyone thinks traveling is hard work. Nobody understands the trials and travails of travelers like Holiday Inn. And nobody gives them more comforts at a more comfortable price. Holiday Inn. Stay with someone you know who really knows you.
It's not easy to pull yourself away from a bowl of Kellogg's Raisin Bran. Those 2 scoops of raisins taste so good you'll find that once you start you can't leave them behind. It's those 2 scoops that taste too good to pull yourself away. 2 scoops of raisins, golden flakes of bran. Get every bite you can. It's those 2 scoops that taste too good to pull yourself away. 2 scoops that taste too good in Kellogg's Raisin Bran. 2 scoops.
The Birmingham Fire try to nail down a playoff spot when they travel to Raleigh-Durham. It's the season finale of the World League, Saturday on ABC Sports.
Along with Dick Vermeil, Mark Jones, I'm Brent Musburger. Warm day here in San Antonio, Texas. The Riders in Montreal tied for first in their respective divisions. San Antonio with the ball after the second turnover of the second half, and a 1st and 10 coming out from their own 35-yard line. Johnson's pitch is bobbled by Blake, and they appear to have given it right back. No, it was recovered by San Antonio.
He just didn't catch that toss. He was going to run with the football before he caught the ball.
John Husby falling on the football and saving it for the Riders. That could have been a big moment for the machine.
They go the first half, either team without a turnover. Now they've each turned it over.
Let's go. Let's go. White, 235. White, 235. Set. Ho.
Johnson off a good play fake, buys time, hits Williams, first down San Antonio, and into Montreal territory. The ball will be put down at the 49-yard line.
See, what they did with this is you look from the end zone, he fakes one way, gets the defense pursuing, then comes back out with that nimbleness of foot. He can really move. He gets it out there, tight end in there, almost runs over the top of the people. This is what it does to a nose guard. Desmond Royal, number 90, see, he doesn't know where the ball's going right now. He's being smothered. That's why people don't like to play that nose guard spot.
The pancake. 19 yards for Williams, and a first down for San Antonio. Here's Blake searching for his daylight. Took that one outside when there appeared to be some running room on the inside.
You're right, Brent. Bad decision on going outside. He had a nice block up inside. He must have predetermined he was going to go outside because he had success earlier running outside. Take a look at from the inside and we can see what he saw. Watch to the left of the screen now. Good zone blocking. Now look at that hole back up inside there. See, sometimes you as a running back can approach the hole too flat and you don't see that cutback. That's what happened then.
Green, 840.
3 receivers off to Johnson's right. Second and long. Blake gets the call again. And he is down at the 46 on a Darrell Holmes tackle as we go downstairs to Mark Jones. Mark?
Gentlemen, I was speaking with Michael Proctor, quarterback for La Machine, just a few seconds ago. He says that he has a slight muscle spasm in his lower back. The training staff tells me it'll limit his mobility just a little bit, but he will be able to continue. Back upstairs.
The backup quarterback is David Dacus, who played at Houston. If they need to make a move at that position here this afternoon. Third down and 8 yards needed for the first down. Johnson straight back. He'll drop it off to Blake. And Blake will get him the first down at the 35-yard line. San Antonio keeps the drive alive.
See, what he did is he checked down out of the backfield there. He snuck over to the left, set up, and then checked out, anticipating getting a zone defense.
Johnson's successful passing game is much better underneath, inside that zone than trying to take it downfield.
No question, Brent. I mean, your pass percentage would be better if you were throwing those shorter things.
Don't be so sure of that. First and
I think I'll take that back.
Johnson.
Good rush by Desmond.
He'll run out of trouble. Johnson keeps it, and he is down at the 29, 30-yard line. The ball will be spotted. 5 more yards rushing for Mike Johnson, who gave Jerry Faust some great moments when he went to Akron out of a junior college. Guided the Zips to their first winning record.
Desmond Royal was singled up that time by the offensive center, and he beat him, and he likes that single block. 2-on-1 is the offense is going to win. 1-on-1, that nose guard will win.
Now the three receivers are off to his left. Blake counters back toward the right, but he is cut off by the heart of that Montreal defense in the middle, and no running room down there.
Uh-oh.
And now the flags come flying as the tempers flare down there.
John Layfield, he's upset, number 61 from Abilene Christian.
Don't mess with Texas. That's the sticker he's got on his car.
Well, they'll have to throw 2 guys out of the ball game.
For 2 plays.
There goes O'Neal Gilbert out, number 72. Wait a minute, they threw 2 out. Here comes.
We have unnecessary roughness against 53 of the defense, 77 of the offense. Both players are out for 2 plays. Penalties offset, still second down.
Well, Tracy Simeon goes for the machine, and James Harper. Would you trade Simeon for Harper for 2 plays?
Yeah, I'd rather, I tell you, whenever you lose your best offensive lineman and you're on 3rd down situation, you're hurting more.
Yeah, that's one of the problems with this rule.
Yeah, it makes it meaningful, though.
Yeah. 3rd down and 7. Williams has been the main man in these 1st down situations. He busts over the middle, but Johnson is going to have to keep it. And he does not get the 1st down. If he kept running with intention, he might have been able to pick it up.
It would have been a gimme. Quarterbacks like to throw the football when they've had a throwing streak, when they've been completing the ball. But right here, as you'll see at the tail end of the play, he had room to his outside. He's not looking to his outside. He wants to throw the ball back inside. Go ahead for the flag. He didn't do it.
And he might have slipped a little bit, too, on a cutback. But anyway, it is 4th down. The wind is at their back. They are not going to go for the field goal. And when you got Ricky Blake in 4th and short, oh, they don't give it to him. Johnson's going to throw. Fires to the tight end. And he's got it inside the 15-yard line. Ronnie Williams, 82, does it again.
You know, in a defensive huddle, every time a play is called, someone should remind the defender, be alert for the boot play. Be alert for the naked coming out backside. You'll see him coming out. He got out there. He did a great job of throwing this thing. He was lucky that thing was complete. But he should not get out there that clean.
It's the World League. 1st and 10 for San Antonio inside the 15 after that 12-yard pass to Ronnie Williams, who's having another big day. Now it's Blake's turn to the 7. And there's a penalty marker down, along with an injured Ronnie Williams is down. Ronnie Williams has injured his left leg.
Number 77 offense.
This would be a huge loss for the Riders. That was James Harper, who had returned after being kicked out for a couple of plays. So while the medical staff, trainer Bernie LaRue and the rest of his assistants tend to Williams, we'll take a break and come right back.
Okie doke, just pour it and say, wow, great tasting A&W Diet Cream Soda with a smooth, light vanilla taste and rich, creamy diet A&W Root Beer with 100% NutraSweet. And action. Cut. All right, we all make mistakes.
Marker.
Action. Cut. Let's try it again. Cut.
Marker.
No, my right. No. Into the glass. What do you need, glasses or are you just stupid?
I've been told both.
It's the taste that made A&W famous.
Power Stick Antiperspirant. It excels with 50% more odor and wetness fighters per stroke for 24-hour control that ordinary deodorant sticks just can't beat. Power Stick for 24-hour control.
If you want to keep repair costs down, remember, Fram oil filters protect your engine better because they stop more dirt the first time through than any other filter. Fram, you can pay a little now or a lot later.
Kentucky Fried Chicken asked this man to help prove how irresistible our new honey barbecue wings taste. Just look at those tender, juicy wings, prepared with our savory barbecue sauce and sweetened with just the right touch of honey. For a limited time only, new honey barbecue wings from Kentucky Fried Chicken. So irresistible, the experts are already buzzing about it. In fact, they're spreading the news.
Well, let's sort this out for you. Ronnie Williams, who does not appear to be seriously injured, was helped off to the sideline. But during that sequence, Ricky Blake left with a slight leg injury. And so Broderick Graves, number 32, has checked in at running back for the Riders. He'll be set behind Johnson. This is a 1st and 20 after the holding penalty against Harper. Now this is Graves, and he gets to the 20-yard line, so it'll be 2nd down and 15 for the Riders.
James Harper, the offensive right guard, did an awfully nice job right here of pulling and trapping. See, he's going to cross behind his center. Watch him kick out. He gets his tail down, his shoulder pads into the man. Does a pretty good job. The defender did a good job of hanging and holding on.
Williams is back, and he is out to Johnson's left. 4 receivers, the favored World League formation. 2 on each side. Johnson sets the screen to Graves. Graves hammered at the 19-yard line by Shelton with a penalty flag flying at the 15-yard line.
Well, you know,
personal foul, unnecessary roughness, number 77 offense.
That's Harper again. He's having a nightmare.
And he doesn't appear to be one of those over-aggressive type personalities. Maybe it's a leg whip. Let's see him, number 77 right here. Oh, yes, that's a tripping. You can't do that.
Not even in the World League.
Not even in the World League. Geez, they're going to be inside the 20. Here they are back on the 34.
Spread right, 82Y under on one. Right, 82Y under.
Let's make this 2nd and 30.
82Y under.
Williams is off to Johnson's right. The left tackle appeared to pull out too fast. Husby, number 73.
They sort of lost their composure.
False start, number 73 offense.
John Husby.
2nd down and 35. The ball is brought back to the 40. The Riders had a 1st and 10 at the Montreal 15-yard line. Pickens and Williams are out to the right. Hess and Garrett go to the left. Now Johnson under pressure, steps free, fires and deflected to Hess at the 20-yard line. This will only leave him 3rd and 15. That was Dwight Pickens who deflected it.
He throws this ball. 2 receivers could have caught this one. The second one did. Under pressure, he avoided the pressure. Right there, O'Neal Gilbert, 72, almost gets him down. Right there, he throws the ball. Look at that. That was the advantage of being left-handed. He's batted. Here's Hess right in position. He knew it was coming to him. I tell you, there was a time where it was an advantage to be left-handed.
One of the Montreal players just said, what do you got in the other hand? 3rd down now with Johnson. Had time, throws high and incomplete, and it'll be field goal time for Jim Gallery and the Riders.
They got a real good rush on him that time, and it's hard to throw it accurately. Coverage did a good job. He has to hold the ball. Then, all right, there they go. Put the heat on him. Tracy Simeon, he's been around the quarterback the whole day. He's the property of the Kansas City Chiefs, Brian.
That was just your normal drive right there. Right?
Yeah, penalty.
Gallery, longer than 35, is only 4 of 10. This is a 37-yarder. This one with that wind at his back, and it puts San Antonio up by 7. 17-10 San Antonio, but Montreal has to feel good about just surrendering a field goal.
All across the USA, as long as we've been around, our passengers are our neighbors. This country's our hometown, and we know how hard you work. We work that
morning belongs to Skin Bracer Aftershave. Its cool, brisk tingle really gets you going. And what a great scent. Skin Bracer.
No better way to face the day by men.
Top-of-the-line parts, expert advice. That's your Big A Auto Parts store.
Big A, the sign that keeps your car running right.
Well, tonight, a special night for Full House, followed by a brand new special. Nickelodeon gets real mature. Then we will bring you a special, the Raleigh-Durham highlight film, followed by America's Funniest People. And on the Sunday night movie, Julie Andrews and Ann Margaret star in Our Sons. It's all tonight, starting at 7, 6 Central on ABC.
You're cruel. You're cruel.
The ball is on the tee, and here is Jim Gallery. I wonder if Roman Gabriel will talk to me next week.
I don't think so.
As it kicked out of the end zone, and Montreal will get a 1st and 10 at the 20-yard line. I better regroup. We'll take another break, and then we'll come right back.
After 18 years of producing the world's most popular line of personal watercraft, we're giving people another way to enjoy our company. Introducing the Kawasaki Sport Cruiser with side-by-side seating. There's literally nothing else like it. But perhaps the best reason for owning a sport cruiser is that above all, it's a jet ski watercraft. If it isn't Kawasaki, it isn't jet ski.
Who needs all the rigmarole?
Face it, lots of places offer new tires. I'm not gonna hand my car over to just anyone. But you gotta ask yourself, who's gonna back you better than Sears?
When they say it's guaranteed, it's guaranteed.
And right now, Sears Guardsman Response Radio is at our lowest price ever, only $18.88. Installed in just 60 minutes, 7 days a week.
Come on, who's gonna back you better than Sears?
Kentucky Fried Chicken asked this man to help prove how irresistible our new honey barbecue wings taste. Just look at those tender, juicy wings, prepared with our savory barbecue sauce and sweetened with just the right touch of honey. For a limited time only, new honey barbecue wings from Kentucky Fried Chicken. So irresistible, the experts are already buzzing about it. In fact, they're spreading the news.
What are the 4 most exciting words in sports? Gentlemen, start your engines. Watch the Indianapolis 500 live next Sunday on ABC Sports.
The Riders' scoring drive, 45 yards, 13 plays. Jim Gallery kicks the 37-yard field goal to put San Antonio ahead of Montreal by 7 points. And now the Machine's ball coming out from their own 20.
You know, it'd be really good for Machine if they could move the ball a little bit so they don't have to punt into the wind. Selecting to kick off at the start of the 3rd quarter and take the win in the 4th quarter, they only surrendered 3 points in the 3rd quarter. It has to be evaluated as a good decision.
Proctor hands off to Ricky Johnson.
Good block.
Johnson gets the corner, and he is out at the 27-yard line. Broderick Sargent is one of the better blocking running backs in this league.
Yes, he's done a good job. We saw him do a good job in the tapes that we evaluated prior to the game. That time, he just got a clean knockdown. Nice job, Broderick.
One way to work against that wind here in the closing minutes of the 3rd quarter.
Well, Broderick spends a lot of time with the Special Olympics, too. He's one of those really character-giving guys.
He's out of Baylor.
Ooh, nice hit.
Stood up in the middle by Donnie Gardner, number 96.
Donnie Gardner didn't play a week ago. He had a bad ankle. They really needed him back.
Mark Jones alerting us that Proctor is playing with some back spasms, which could be hindering him.
Oh, yeah. I mean, if they lock up on you, I don't know how you can play.
So a 1st down for Montreal at the 30-yard line. Gary Cooper flanks out to Proctor's left.
Oh,
fumbles it. Loose ball. San Antonio's got it at the 24-yard line. Kennedy Wilson recovering, and Tim Walton knocked the ball loose.
I think Ledbetter got a real good jump or the man lined up right to his inside, got a real good jump on that and got the snap, created knocked it right out of his hand. See, there it goes. It knocked it right out of his hand. Many times the quarterbacks take the ball, they'll leave the ball down low too long and don't get it up there about shoulder level. You can't see it right there, but boy, the ball's on the ground. That is a critical turnover.
Montreal has lost 2 fumbles in its last 2 possessions. Now San Antonio with the ball inside the 25. Ricky Blake is back. They throw the quick pop here on the outside to the 15-yard line, and Lee Morris, who caught the touchdown pass in the first half.
That was a little delayed screen, but it wasn't a legal play, and they got away with it.
Did you say it was illegal?
It was not a legal play. The tight end who was split out there went down and blocked him in. Now, he's a receiver, but he can't block downfield before the guy gets going with the screen. Good play, just a little off time.
2nd and short. This could be a free one.
Were you blocking that dude?
Johnson has bootlegged out of this. Timeout is called by the San Antonio quarterback. He'll come over here and huddle, and we'll get an opportunity here to listen to Coach Mike Riley and his quarterback.
You see the clock? Huh?
I hate to use that one.
Yeah.
They ran out of time.
I don't want to mess nothing up down there.
We're going to run for the first down here, so we're going to do time. Yeah, let's run it. No, we want to kick it right here. Huh? Oh, yeah, but we got all kinds of time. Yeah. Go with the trap, and you can stay with it on the even. Any reminders?
You know what we might have? You pointed inside again, inside help.
What?
How about a 400 special, when we got the...
Oh, with the guy up? We'll look at that on 2nd down. Let's get the first down right now.
Like Banjo on the inside now.
No mistakes. Let's get the first down.
We want to run trap, 33 trap.
So you want to spread right?
Yeah, no mistakes now. We want to get speed.
Gotcha. Yes, sir. Trips right.
Trips right.
They're going to run a trap play again that we showed you a little bit earlier, pulling the offensive right guard, James Harper, and trapping across behind his offensive center, Eddie Grant. You'll see that
Blake is the running back. For the first down.
He made it.
To the Montreal 11-yard line, and a penalty flag comes down. Larry Nimmer's the referee.
Personal foul, unnecessary roughness, number 76 defense, half the distance to the goal, first down.
Here's
right, 34th stretch phony. How about it, Tom?
Here's the trap play, number 77. See him pull across the center. They get a cross block right up in the center. Nice fundamental technique in there. He gets that first down. Harper is their best offensive lineman, and you can see why they say that as you watch him play.
And I think we picked up on the screen Roland Putzier with the personal foul off to the left on that play. Now it is 1st and goal for San Antonio. Blake on a cutback for 6 more. There rambles into the end zone.
The key to that play is the blocking on the backside. You'll see that they collapse the offensive line, and he cut way back. Offensive left side of the line. Mike Kislak and John Husby do a real good job.
Jim Gallery with Garrett Holding. A little daylight. A 2-touchdown lead.
Taking a look again from ground level, you'll notice that the play starts to the right. It gets the defense stretched. You see it starting to the left of your screen, offensive right. Now watch him bend it back. See, and the offensive line on the left side did a real good job of collapsing the pursuit. There's the touchdown.
Next week, we will take a look at the team San Antonio is battling for the division title. The Birmingham Fire with a Monday nighter against New York, New Jersey. Then they'll close out next Saturday. Remember, we'll be on the air Saturday, 3 Eastern. Birmingham against winless Raleigh-Durham. Meanwhile, San Antonio will go up to the Meadowlands. They'll close out their regular season against the New York, New Jersey Knights. And they must finish a full game ahead of Birmingham to wind up in the playoffs, because they lost the tiebreaker, which the first one is head-to-head. There's the great veteran Gordon Johncock, won a couple of Indy 500s, qualifying for one of the back rows. Still can't get over the performance by A.J. Foyt. Starting that first row next Sunday. Out of the end zone with the wind at Gallery's back. Montreal now faces a real uphill battle with this passing game.
And especially if the quarterback has a back spasm. If that doesn't make it any easier. San Antonio's done a good job defensively, though they have not, Montreal has not handled that blitz package.
You know, Montreal, unfortunately, lost their best quarterback when Kevin Sweeney was hurt.
That's Greg Newhouse, the defensive coordinator, and he's done a real good job. He said his whole plan was to stop the running game by anticipating formations and reading them, because he thought they had a real good book on what they were going to do. Then they were going to come after him with blitzes.
Proctor has not thrown a pass yet this half. He can't even get it off. They're coming across with the center snap. That was Greg Ross coming, and he had a lot of help that time.
Here he is, Greg Ross, the big nose guard, getting off on the ball extremely quick. There he is, right on the center. See, he jumps around. They were going to try to trap. There's a mistake in the blocking on that. That guy is 6'2", 270, and he's the guy that said he bought just that great big motorcycle, 400 horse, he said. Can you believe that?
The end of the third quarter. A 2-touchdown lead for San Antonio. And we'll come back after a word from our ABC stations.
Tonight.
I hate it what he is. You could have loved him anyway.
To accept their sons' lives, they had to face their own. Julie Andrews and Margaret, our sons, tonight.
A lot's been said about the Mazda Miata, and the praise keeps coming. For the second straight year, Road and Track has named it one of the best cars in the world. But don't believe everything you've heard. The Miata is not impossible to get, and it's surprisingly affordable. Right now, you can get the Miata you want at a price you'll love. So don't wait, because a great deal on a Miata may soon be just a memory.
Roger Beasley Mazda, 6918 Burnett Road, and Friendly Mazda, 4506 IH 35 South.
What are people saying about Maynard Downs?
Wonderful time. Dad, we won! Parties, and payoffs.
And Fridays are dollar days.
All right, what a deal. We're ready to bet it all.
Fans won over $5 million this season, and you can win a little or win big with the new Try Super Wager.
I won! Woo!
Hurry, it's the last weekend of racing at Maynard Downs.
It's so exciting!
Springtime in Austin can sometimes turn deadly. Now that the severe storm season is here, count on the KV24 Storm Team more than ever. Austin's largest team of professional meteorologists on Austin's best local news. Prepared to work around the clock when severe weather threatens Central Texas. Troy Kimmel, Bob Rose, and Mark Murray, your KV24 Storm Team. When skies threaten, turn to the weather team that's making a difference. Only on KV24 Action News.
Daybreak weather with Bob Rose, weekday mornings at 6:30.
$20,234 at Alamo Stadium. This is a small arena here in San Antonio, as the Dome Stadium is being completed downtown, and the Riders will eventually move into that facility. They lead Montreal by 2 touchdowns as we start the final quarter, and Proctor throws his first pass in the second half, hitting Ricky Johnson, and Johnson battles for 9 yards. And we check in downstairs with Mark Jones. Mark?
I've got another Johnson, Mike Johnson. Tell me, Tracy Simeon and yourself having some rough words, cussing each other back and forth on the field. What's up?
Well, I mean, every time he hits me, he's taunting me. He's telling me that he's going to get me before the game is over. I'm just telling him I'm going to be here all day. You know, he has another quarter to give me. If not, I'll go home same way I came in.
A couple of threats, guys. Thanks for joining us, Mike. You know, I asked Tracy Simeon about it. He had 2 words for Mike Johnson, neither of which I can repeat on television.
Simeon, the property of the Kansas City Chiefs, is allocated to Montreal, one of the better linebackers, and the machine picks up the first down here. And here's the inspector.
Sprint left.
Coach Jacques Dussault.
Sounded like he said sprint left.
Sprint left, oh one.
Meaning is going to get the quarterback sprinting out away from the inside pass rush to the left.
First down and 10. Done in motion. And Proctor gets out of trouble for the time being and then throws one incomplete. He was running for his life that time.
Well, Ledbetter came off one corner and they had a defender coming off the other side, and they stopped him up from getting outside. Good job by Ledbetter. You'll see Ledbetter at the top of your screen, number 94. See, he comes underneath the tight end. Now the fullback kicks him out, does a good job. He wants to set up inside, he can't. There's backside pressure, and Roderick Manning, 58, was coming after him. They sort of have a book on these guys. It seems like the defensive coordinators in the offensive huddle.
Second down and 10. Oh, nice hit, Ricky Johnson, who made a good catch with Anthony Cooney glued to him. Fine looking
he has
play
been
for
impressive
a first
the
down.
whole ball game. You know that? He's done some good things. He's coming out of the backfield to the left side of your screen. Now watch this hit. Pow! Woo, that's smarts. Sometimes you bite your tongue right off on that one.
Cooper and Williams are the wide receivers.
Slot, no!
Proctor repositioning Johnson into a slot here on the right. They're coming again. Complete to Cooper, who was sliding here at the 48-yard line. And the numbers after 3 quarters here in San Antonio.
Well, they went heavily in the favor of the Riders in that third quarter. The turnovers weren't there at halftime. Here they are now. But notice how the time of possession is balanced out from the end of the first half. You know, and it's hard to throw the ball real well against San Antonio defense. They lead the league both in the fewest yards given up and the fewest passes complete percentage-wise.
Touchdown on this drive, and this one will get real interesting. Proctor underneath to his fullback, Sargent, and Sargent to the 37-yard line. A good call that time, and a tackle by Gary Richard.
See, on those kind of pass plays, you call a pattern, you look downfield. You know you have a check down if it's zone. You see that, you'll say, well, I don't like what I see downfield, then I'll check it down. If you see man-to-man downfield, you get the one-on-one coverage, you go ahead and throw it downfield.
Darrell Harris checks into the backfield. He'll be the I-back behind Broderick Sargent.
Red 33, set, hit.
Proctor gets it off, but he had K.D. Dunn open, and he threw high. An injured rider down at midfield. That's Ledbetter, one of their standouts.
Ledbetter, 94, has been a real factor. You'll see him coming late. See, he's in what they call blitz engage. If the running back picks him up, he takes him on. See, here he is. He just keeps going. It looks like he stung a nerve in the shoulder is what he did.
So while they tend to that nerve, we'll take a break here in San Antonio and be right back.
I love steak. I mean a big porterhouse.
Delay.
I like it very nicely medium.
Rare.
The sound is like... Wait. It's not done. Now.
It's done.
Done.
A1 is how steak is done. This is not what you want in a shave. Now you've got the edge with 6 rich lubricants for less irritation. You've got the edge.
When you've got a tough case of athlete's foot, the itching, the cracking, the burning, you want a medicine that acts tough. Tough Actin Tenactin. Clinically proven Tenactin cures even the tough cases of athlete's foot fungus. Get Tough Actin Tenactin.
Here's big news about one of a gardener's most trusted tools, the garden weasel. I've been telling you about this amazing 5-in-1 tool for years. And now, the tool used by millions of gardeners is on sale. During the National Garden Weasel Sale Spectacular, the original garden weasel with a lifetime warranty is on sale. But hurry! This special is good only while supplies last. The garden weasel. Look for this display.
The Garden Weasel is available at Target.
Sunday. They're still the best. An all-new, all-life's look at the funniest people of the year.
It's just so ridiculous.
The best of America's funniest people Sunday.
Well, the fourth quarter has been the Montreal quarter this season. They haven't scored many points, but 34 of them have come in the final stanza. They're down by 2 touchdowns. Williams goes in motion. Proctor hands off to Ricky Johnson, and he makes his way to the 33-yard line.
Well, it was sort of a one-on-one battle at the point of attack between K.D. Dunn and Roderick Manning, and Dunn won just enough to move the ball about 5-6 yards. Take a looking at that in isolation. Tight end has to be able to block that backer. See him right up on top of the screen. He gets sort of a standoff. Then Roderick Manning throws him off, but the ball carrier does get inside him.
Ledbetter returns after missing one play. This is 3rd and 6 for Montreal.
33.
Proctor rolling away from the pressure, trying to find an open receiver. He's got a man and catch.
No good.
Williams
No
for the
good.
touchdown.
No touchdown. He went out of bounds and came back in.
Well, it's been called a touchdown.
He went out of bounds and came back in.
Now, let's see if they wave it off down here. You saw it all the way. Now a penalty flag comes down.
Yeah. He went out of bounds.
Get out of here! Get out of here!
They might have missed it.
Okay, so I threw my hat. Where's my hat?
No, it's coming back.
Leave it there. Leave it there. Leave it on the ground.
They're bringing it back. So let's wait for the official here to tell us.
We have illegal contact on the defense and illegal touching by a receiver out of bounds on the offense. Penalties offset, down on replay.
See, there he's out of bounds.
There it is.
Yeah.
Good pickup there.
Yeah.
And he got in behind Calvin Nicholson, and he made a fine catch in the end zone.
See, Nicholson was making a mistake. He was looking back at the quarterback.
Over our
if
left.
You got single coverage, you can't look back at the quarterback.
Search. Over our left, 55 search.
55 surge. They're going to give the ball to the running back, and surge means he's going to pick his hole. They're going to come off man-to-man blocking, and they're going to try to give the ball to tailback deep. Or that's what they plan to do.
Ricky Johnson will try to search and find enough daylight to get a first down here. Off a fake.
Off the 55 fake.
Good block. Incomplete. K.D. Dunn, the receiver, and Kenny Watson, number 24, the strong safety there defensively.
55 search obviously is the fake off the search running play. Dunn is going to run an out pattern. He's locked up man-to-man on Kenny Watson. Kenny Watson's got him all the way, does a good job. The ball, in nice coverage, good job. Can't do it much better.
And Montreal will settle for a field goal attempt, which is somewhat surprising, but there's 9:20 to go here.
They have the wind at their back, and they have with the best kicker.
No good. San Antonio stays ahead by 14.
After 18 years of producing the world's most popular line of personal watercraft, we're giving people another way to enjoy our company. Introducing the Kawasaki Sport Cruiser with side-by-side seating. There's literally nothing else like it. But perhaps the best reason for owning a sport cruiser is that above all, it's a jet ski watercraft. If it isn't Kawasaki, it isn't jet ski.
Who needs all the rigmarole?
Face it, lots of places offer new tires.
I'm not going to hand my car over to just anyone.
But you gotta ask yourself, who's gonna back you better than Sears?
When they say it's guaranteed, it's guaranteed.
And right now, Sears Guardsman Response Radio is at our lowest price ever, only $18.88. Installed in just 60 minutes, 7 days a week.
Come on, who's going to back you better than Sears?
Kentucky Fried Chicken asked this man to help prove how irresistible our new honey barbecue wings taste. Just look at those tender, juicy wings, prepared with our savory barbecue sauce and sweetened with just the right touch of honey. For a limited time only, new honey barbecue wings from Kentucky Fried Chicken. So irresistible, the experts are already buzzing about it. In fact, they're spreading the news.
No other event can match the speed, the drama, and the excitement of the greatest spectacle in racing. The Indianapolis 500, live next Sunday on ABC Sports.
Jack Nicklaus birdied the first hole, so he figures to be in the hunt when you tune into the final round right after our football game, sponsored by Dean Witter, the Memorial. The view from the coach's box here in San Antonio. 1st and 10. A 2-touchdown lead for the Riders, who have the ball. This is their 250-pound running back, Ricky Blake, powering to the 37-yard line.
You know, he's impressive. What's the great big guy in New Orleans that's 250? What they call Ironhead?
Ironhead Haywood.
Yeah, Ironhead's a little bit bigger than 250, I guess, but
more like 350.
This guy has a chance.
Green 880. Green 880. Side hope.
Now on 2nd down, it'll be Blake again. After stepping away from Adam Bob, he sort of slipped up, and Adam Bob is shaken up on the play.
They had those great big wide splits trying to spread out the defense. You'll see coming here from the end zone. See those big splits? Now they're going to pull the lineman, allowing penetration. And here comes Adam Bob to the left side of your screen, number 94, to get up inside there and throw him for the loss. 3rd down conversion has not been really good for these people. Coming into this game, they were 31% efficient. He audibled. He sees the blitz. He sees it coming.
And he fires an incompletion. Let's check in with Mark Jones. Mark?
Hey, I want to let you guys know that Canadian football fans are loyal football fans. Matt, Mark, and Joanne made the trip all the way down from just outside Montreal, some 3,000 miles, just to watch the game here in San Antonio at the Rock Pile. That's some kind of drive in a school bus.
Yeah, it is actually a little bit arduous coming through the States, but I want to say that everyone in Texas has been really good to us. San Antonio is a great town, and I'd say it almost compares with Canada. Actually, can I say hi to everybody?
No. I already did that. Back upstairs to Brent and Dick.
Thanks, Mark.
Ooh, nice punt.
Sullivan hanging one high here in the 4th quarter. And it's down at the 49, about midfield. Puts the ball down right there. 17 yards on that punt after that bounce. 7 minutes and 17 seconds, and San Antonio in command.
Who needs all the rigmarole?
Face it, lots of places offer new tires. I'm not going to hand my car over to just anyone.
But you gotta ask yourself, who's gonna back you better than Sears?
When they say it's guaranteed, it's guaranteed.
And right now, Sears Guardsman Response Radio is at our lowest price ever, only $18.88. Installed in just 60 minutes, 7 days a week.
Come on, who's going to back you better than Sears?
A company can learn a lot in 125 years. Valvoline has. You learn in the lab, you learn on the road, you learn on the racetrack. As you learn, you make your product better. And better and better. Today's Valvoline will keep your engine cleaner than ever before. And cleaner means more protection against engine wear. 125 years of quality. That's why people who know use Valvoline.
Okay, pour it and say, do I love Diet A&W root beer and cream soda with 100% Nutrisweet. And action. No, am I right? No, into the glass, into the glass. What, do you need glasses or are you just stupid?
I've been told both.
It's the taste that made A&W famous.
Power Stick Antiperspirant.
It excels with 50% more odor and wetness fighters per stroke for 24-hour control that ordinary deodorant sticks just can't beat. Power Stick for 24-hour control.
The Birmingham Fire try to nail down a playoff spot when they travel to Raleigh-Durham. It's the season finale of the World League, Saturday on ABC Sports.
Here's Richard Shelton, the punt returner, recognizing it's a high, short punt. And watch him alertly now start signaling his return people to get out of the way. Don't let that ball touch you. Don't make it a hot ball. Stay away from it. Good heads-up football.
Well, Montreal goes to 4 wide receivers. San Antonio's defense still licking its chops. Proctor steps away from the trouble and fires incomplete. Steve Williams, the intended receiver.
He's setting up a little bit short, in my opinion, for all the kind of penetration he's been getting, the kind of rushes off the corner. If I were him and the coaches, I'd set him just a little bit deeper, give him a little better cushion. You'll see what I'm talking about here on this short pass. Now, all setups have to be coordinated with the receiver's patterns downfield, but see, he's setting up inside that block, too close to it. Either keep going or get deeper.
2nd down and 10 for Montreal. They'll finish up their season next week against Orlando in Montreal.
He's got it.
Over the middle and incomplete, intended for Cooper and defended by Cooney.
That ball was thrown nicely. Gary Cooper should have caught that football. It was up there high where he can go up and get it, concentrate on it, thrown right down in there in between the zone. Cooper from Ambridge, Pennsylvania. See what he did? Brent, he tried to catch it little fingers together. You catch those balls up high, at least I've always taught, take your thumbs and put them together and draw the ball to you.
3rd down and 10. Under pressure, and he will not get it off as he is wrapped up and brought down by Kennedy Wilson.
Kennedy Wilson is a defensive back, linebacker, combination guy, similar to Brody for the Galaxy team. Same type of guy. See, they get good heat outside. That keeps the quarterback inside the pocket. Pattern taken away downfield. Here comes the pressure inside. And the other thing is, San Antonio's rushers, once they're blocked, they don't quit. They keep coming anyway.
Moore.
Ooh, beautiful punt.
Whoa. That wind at his back sends it on through the end zone. Sometimes that'll drive a coach crazy.
Yeah, I know it. But why didn't he kick like that coming out of the end zone? That's what drives you crazy as a coach. So he is a good punter. He's an NFL punter all the way.
Had a fine career down at Alabama. Punted for Ray Perkins down there.
Yeah, you were talking about career. He averaged 42.5 his last year there. That's with a net of 39 yards. That's darn good punting.
Now San Antonio will go to work on that clock. Working against the wind, 5.5 minutes and up by 14.
Red 368. Set. Ho.
This is Ricky Blake, and he is brought down by Dan Murray.
They haven't made a yard on that counter gap yet. The penetration's been killing them. When they've come off man-to-man and go zone blocking, they've kept the line of scrimmage clean, and they've given the big fella room to run. Stay with your man blocking. You see good penetration up there, well read by the linebacker. That was Dan Murray. Ooh, a little extra shot right in there by, I think that's Adam Bob.
Now on 2nd down, Johnson sprints to the left. There's a penalty flag down on the play. Penalty flag is thrown.
Incomplete. Flag down.
Holding.
We're going to go
number 73.
That's Husby.
You know what happens on that? You know the quarterback is going to sprint outside you. So you reach out and you're trying to block the defensive end, and you reach too hard with your outside arm and hook and hold at the same time.
Penalty refused. 3rd down.
Show you what I'm talking about here on the bottom of your screen. Husby, number 73. See, there he is blocking on Rowan Pulser, number 76. See, and he's got him holding. He's got a good grip on him. He can't. Hey, you might as well hold. I don't want him to get sacked in the end zone.
It is declined, leaving a 3rd and 15. Clock is down to 4 minutes and 50 seconds.
They're coming after him. Looks like it. Yeah, here they
Montreal
come.
needs the ball here, and Blake breaks free. Short of the first down.
Did you see that very last move, the hurdle move there? He is nifty. He's got some grace to him for a 250-pounder. Here he is. They had a blitz on. Just good base blocking, man-to-man. See, there he gets through the hole, gets a good kick-out block. Now watch this. Here's a 250-pound running back. At the end of the play, he turns upfield. Now watch this. Oh, not too bad.
Shelton fields it at the 40, 45, and down at the 49-yard line. Montreal needs a couple of quick scores. They've only got 4.5 minutes. 35-yard Sullivan punt and a 9-yard Shelton return. We'll come back to Texas in a moment.
Here I am, a pillar of the community. And I love Kellogg's Frosted Flakes.
Brave adults challenge the notion that Frosted Flakes is just a kid's cereal.
In business meetings, I look around and wonder, am I the only one?
Those sweet, crunchy flakes and a splash of cold milk. What could an adult like better for breakfast?
I'm crazy about the taste. Hey, I got nothing to hide.
It's easy to see. Frosted Flakes have the taste adults have grown to love. They're great.
This is not what you want in a shave. Now you've got the edge. With 6 rich lubricants. For less irritation, you've got the edge.
This bench gets a professional finish with Krylon spray paint. No runs, no drips, no errors. Dries to the touch in minutes. The other brand's still tacky. Wow! What a game!
Good game, Mr. Euchre.
He's a lot tougher than he looks. For a fast, smooth, professional finish, get Krylon.
Got him. Got him. Need him? I got 6 upper running backs.
You want me to trade the Raiders linebackers? No problem.
Collect Pro Set football cards with your favorite stars in action and get a Pro Set World League card in every pack, plus a chance to win free official NFL memorabilia.
That first kid, you think you'll trade Warren Moon?
Only from Pro Set, America's #1 football card.
Awesome.
Join Jack Nicklaus for the final round of one of the PGA Tour's most demanding tests. It's the Memorial Tournament sponsored by Dean Witter, next on ABC Sports.
Sneak, yeah. 540
What a
sneak,
nice young man Mike Riley is, Dick.
Yeah, he's a bright guy. And I had an opportunity Friday to spend about an hour and a half with him in his office and just sit and talk football. And it was really enjoyable. He's loving this experience.
And it's permanent. His wife is up closing down the house in Winnipeg and going to bring the furniture down.
He knows this World League is here to stay.
1st and 10. Proctor fires to Ricky Johnson. Ooh. Johnson is hammered at the 45, spun away from Walton, and then kept going.
You have said it already in the broadcast. That guy's a good football player. You see, he takes that shot, just spins right off it, took another shot, spins off it.
4 minutes and 20 seconds remaining here, and Montreal in need of 14 points. 24-10. Montreal led twice, 3-0, and then 10-7. Both leads in the first half. They have been held scoreless by the San Antonio defense here in the second half. And on first down, Proctor snaps one off to the tight end, Dunn, out of bounds at the 34-yard line.
You know, they came in here only scoring offensively now, excluding returns and interception returns, 78 points in those 8 games. So, you know, they just haven't been a very good offensive football team.
San Antonio favored by a touchdown, leading by 2. 4:15. Proctor. Now he'll run for the first down. And then some. Proctor free to the 7-yard line, and the ball is loose. Proctor gets inside the 10-yard line and fumbles it away.
You got to get those linemen right now, inside pass rushers, and tell them that is major.
Calvin Nicholson is somewhere at the bottom of that pile. And Jacques Dussault cannot believe this turn of events.
You know, quarterbacks scramble and all that. See, he's got the ball a little bit out away from his body right there like that. See, they're not running backs. They're not trained as running backs, and they're not used to taking these heavy hits in contact areas, and the ball got stripped out.
Watch Nicholson's right hand.
He gets stripped out right here.
There it comes, right on the inside.
Now watch him strip it out right there. Hey, good job. And coaches teach that.
Anthony Cooney should be credited with the strip and Nicholson the recovery. So it was 28 that stripped it and 25 that recovered. Andra Johnson now in at running back for San Antonio. He replaces Ricky Blake. Inside of 4 minutes to wrap up. That might have been the last chance for Montreal.
Oh, I think it was. You know, and there he goes. He does a super job of running, gets up inside the zone, gets it all the way down there, and then turns it over. You know, they came
Timeout has been called by Montreal, stopping the clock here at 3:38.
They came into the ball game -7 in turnovers, meaning they've turned the ball over 7 more times than they've taken it away. And you just can't beat teams when you're close, or you know, not close. You can't beat them.
Mike, give me some wire. Come here just a hair. I can't go any further. Let's go 237. Make a good fake.
And if we don't have it, run it.
Yeah, yeah. If we don't have the pass, the Ronnie, just read it. Just read the play as you would. Trips left, 237.
This is a bootleg. That's where they start to the 37 side. The 200 series is their bootleg series, and they come opposite that call. The 37, meaning I think he will start to his left and then boot away from that initial fake. Let's see if I'm right.
Mike Cador over on the sidelines, and some of the disappointed players, including David Dacus, the backup quarterback.
See, the trouble with these kind of delayed plays is that if they bring real quick pressure off the outside, you're in trouble. So there he is, makes a fake, sets up.
Got his man down the middle, and he hits Morris at the 40.
He's got a block,
35, with only Shelton to beat. He fumbles. It's the World League, folks.
Here's the bootleg action. See, bootleg action starts the safety, as you saw at the bottom of your screen. Now he turns Shelton around. He's coming back inside. No safety help. Lee Morris has that good speed. Here he is, a kid that playing in pro football, didn't even have a college scholarship. He walked on. He gets a block from the receiver downfield. Now watch what he alertly does here. He fumbles, but now he flips it purposely out of bounds.
A 1st and 10 for the Riders at the Montreal 22-yard line after that 68-yard pass play on 2nd and 10 from Johnson to Morris. And that was Andra Johnson carrying the ball.
Here's another shot at Morris batting this out of the ball, and technically they can, if you advance the football that way, that's against the rules. Remember, we had one of those calls this year.
And it was right here in this park on a punt return.
That's right, it was.
In the Sacramento-San Antonio game. 2:30. Andra Johnson slashes inside to the 12-yard line.
You know who did a nice job then was James Harper, 77, who reached out and got the stunning defensive tackle and got him hooked and gave him just enough room to bounce it outside.
Ronaldo Ramirez, please report to the press box now. Ronaldo Ramirez to the press box, please.
Let that go bad.
2-minute warning. We'll take a break. Johnson will come over and confer with his coach.
No better way warning belongs to Speed Stick. It's what more men reach for to prepare, to prevent, to protect. Speed Stick.
Dear Thompsons, midway through waterproofing, I ran out of Thompson's water seal and finished with another brand. Then it rained. You could see the difference. Thompson's worked. The other side looked like I hadn't used a thing. Nothing tops Thompson's. Sincerely, Marcia Jackalone.
Everyone calls me father. And I love a kid's cereal.
Brave adults wrestle with the notion that Kellogg's Frosted Flakes is just for kids.
I work with tigers. I never thought I'd love one.
That delectable frosting, that incredible crunch. No wonder adults never outgrow the taste.
Oh, I'm guilty. Guilty. Guilty.
It's no crime. Frosted Flakes have the taste adults have grown to love. They're great.
Well, San Antonio outscoring Montreal 10-0 here in the second half to take a 24-10 lead. 2-minute warning. This will keep San Antonio in hot pursuit of a division championship, but they're going to need some help along the way. New York is favored tomorrow night in Alabama against Birmingham, but that may prove to be a little tough down there against that Fire defense. We'll see how that one works out. Then next week, San Antonio will be up in New York, New Jersey. And this is a huge setback as far as Montreal is concerned. Andre Johnson battered at the 15-yard line. Desmond Royal in. And this telecast is presented by authority of the World League of American Football and is intended for the private use of our audience. Any rebroadcast or other use of the telecast without the express written consent of the World League of American Football is prohibited. Next Saturday we'll be at Raleigh-Durham. We'll see the Birmingham Fire trying to wrap up a playoff spot. The story of this afternoon's contest: Johnson with a fine afternoon, but the defense sacked the machine quarterback 7 times, and the Riders scoring 10 points off 3 Montreal second half turnovers. Ricky Blake powering in for a pair of touchdowns, a young running back whom Dick Vermeil believes has a future in the NFL. Tell us the Ricky Blake story. I'm sure a lot of folks are not aware of his background and his lack of college and everything.
Well, he went to Alabama A&M, and he didn't play football, and then I evidently didn't stay there long enough to become eligible to play football, and left late around and went to the Canadian Football League and played for the Winnipeg Blue Bombers up there, and that's where Coach Riley first saw him and brought him down here for that reason. But so that, see, the NFL hasn't had a 3-year evaluation process of seeing this kid play through college.
A 32-yard gallery field goal attempt. Montreal will be attempting to block it. But he hammers it home. 27-10. A 17-point lead, and San Antonio will move its record to 4-5. There they are. Birmingham would move back ahead of the division tomorrow night with a win at home over the Knights, because they have beaten San Antonio head-to-head. But a loss against the Knights, and San Antonio would have the game they're looking for headed into the Meadowlands next weekend. In the North American East, Montreal slides behind the Knights right now. And remember that New York, New Jersey holds the tiebreaker there, having beaten the Machine head-to-head. So this is a big afternoon for the Riders here in San Antonio. They're going to snap a 3-game losing streak. They lost a tough one in Barcelona, and in case you aren't aware, the Dragons were beaten in Spain this afternoon by the always tough Frankfurt Galaxy.
You know, all 3 Montreal turnovers have led to touchdowns. So San Antonio points. You turn the ball over, you lose, unless you are so superior on defense that when you do turn it over, that they can stop them. But not many teams have that luxury.
Thought maybe we'd see Shelton on this kickoff return, and they might attempt one of those reverses and try to stage a little something, but he's off right now, and Harris has come in as the ball blows off the tee. Well, it's nice to see a good turnout here in San Antonio. This franchise has struggled a little bit in the early going.
Can San Antonio beat New York, New Jersey?
I think with this defense that they could stay right with them. The only, my perception is, for whatever it's worth, you know more about this than I do, but I think that the passing game is still so elementary when it comes to San Antonio that it's going to be difficult because the Knights defense is very tough.
They're very good. Plus, if they pass protect and get their, don't have any problems getting the quarterback sacked, that's his New York, New Jersey group. They throw the ball pretty darn well.
That's Harris. 25 out to the 29. Boy, these 10 weeks went fast, didn't they?
Oh, gosh.
There's our winning quarterback down there, Mike Johnson.
You could sense in the practice field, like we said in the open, Brent, that the young man has improved and gained confidence and understanding of what's expected of him. Plus the fact that they cut back on the offense.
Michelle, Gary, Mama Lanny, everybody in L.A. Yeah.
When you're in the World League, you try to keep those telephone bills down wherever and whenever you can.
Yeah.
Minute and a half. Proctor. David Bailey, number 93, bringing him down.
Proctor has been impressive in some of the, the individual things he's done. The biggest problem is getting sacked 7 times, and when he wasn't sacked, he was harassed.
The blitz has dominated the World League, would you say?
Yeah. Part of that is they haven't been together very long. The other part of it is the 35-second clock. When you get up there and see the exaggerated defensive front, you look down the end zone, you have 3 seconds left, you can't audible. You don't have time. You either snap the play or call timeout or get a delay of the game penalty.
A little medical attention down there on the bench. So you certainly would give them back those 10 seconds next year.
I would. Yeah, I would. I think it would help the whole league offensively. And I don't think it'd make that much difference in the elapsed time of the game.
Would you limit the number of blitzers?
No, I wouldn't do anything like that.
Proctor firing complete to Steve Williams, formerly of the University of Illinois.
Sacks are exciting until they become boring. When you see, like a few weeks ago, there was 14 sacks in one game. All of a sudden, that's not an exciting play. You've seen too many of them.
It's not exciting when you see the quarterbacks carried off on the stretchers either.
No, well, everyone complains about the quarterbacks in this league.
There's Proctor firing one incomplete, and there's a penalty marker.
He shoved him out of bounds.
Well, it's just about time to turn our attention to what Jack Nicklaus can do.
Illegal contact
up at Muirfield.
On the defense, number 44, first down.
Did you say he birdied the first? I'm playing tomorrow, in a tournament. I might start out with a birdie.
What is that tournament back in Philadelphia?
Eagles Fly for Leukemia tournament. Very, very good charity.
What course you playing at?
I'm not sure. I have to read that when I get home.
I set you up to talk about your tournament. You can't give me that.
I really can't.
You get so involved in this World League, nothing else. Proctor hit incomplete. That was David Bailey again. Speaking of Bailey, Joe Bailey, one of the top executives in the World League, in attendance here this afternoon. It's a league that plans to expand to 2 American cities next year. Hopes to get a few more players from the NFL who need some work. Probably in the quarterback area, some more backup quarterbacks. This might be a good experience for him over here.
Sure, I'm sure it is. But, I don't believe all the problems I have are all the quarterback's fault. It's the toughest position to coach in a new system, in a new organization. It's the toughest one, and you make a few little mistakes over the year or in the game plan preparation. He's the guy that looks bad. It's not always his fault. Sometimes the coaches just don't have enough experience to handle all these variables as they should.
High and intercepted by number 25, Calvin Nicholson. And that'll bring it to an end here in San Antonio. The Riders get the job done and win one that they need badly. 27-10 over Montreal.
Let's go to the Big Apple right now.
That's right. We got something to live for.
So with the Memorial coming up next, let's check in with Roger Twyble. Roger, what have you got?
I'll talk to you after the season, okay? Bye-bye. Look forward to a lot of stories, man. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, we had a problem there hooking up with Roger, so I see that Mark Jones is getting ready with Coach Riley, and let's go down to Mark.
Well, I'm with a very wet Coach Mike Riley, who got the old Gatorade shower from his team. Coach, next week, I hate to take your thunder away, but next week a very big one coming up against New York, New Jersey. You're looking at a team with a very potent run-and-shoot offense.
I know it. We're going to have to play, you know, the best game we've played in a while. They're a fine football team, and I think they have a very aggressive defense. And, of course, offensively, they're one of the best in the league. So we're going to have to play to probably a higher level.
Including 17 of 25. Matt France, the quarterback for Columbus, hit for a late score for Columbus as they fall 33-12.
Coming up with New York and Birmingham with serious playoff implications for yourself. You're going to be rooting a little bit for New York?
If I can watch it, I'll be rooting. It is a big game for us, and we put ourselves in a situation where we have to rely on somebody else to win. So we want New York to clinch their division tomorrow night, and then we'll go and try to do ours next week.
Mike, good luck next week, and we'll see you later.
Thanks, Mark. Good to
Back upstairs to Brent and Dick.
All right, Mark, thank you. And now I understand we have hooked up with Roger Twyble up in Ohio. So let's get a check on what's happening at the Memorial. Roger?
Hi, everybody. I'm Roger Twyble at the Muirfield Village Golf Club in Dublin, Ohio, outside of Columbus, as we have reached the final round of the Memorial Tournament. And Kenny Perry, the young man who had the course record 963 on Friday, still cruising along. He has a 3-shot lead over first-round leader Corey Pavin. Hale Irwin, the defending U.S. Open champion, a former winner here, has made a move. He is 4 shots back. And there is Kenny Perry, the pride and joy this day of Franklin, Kentucky. Small town about 30 miles outside of Nashville, Tennessee. And Kenny is looking for his first victory on the PGA Tour, and this at the 8th tee. On the scorecard, 189 yards today, playing 160 yards. Kenny coming off a birdie at the par 5 7th hole to get him back to that 15-under number. Kenny, who had a hole-in-one here on Friday with a beautiful tee shot there. He has a birdie putt to try to increase his lead to 4. We're going to send you back to football, but we'll be coming your way shortly here on ABC.
All right, Roger, thank you very much. We look forward to that final round action. We want to thank a few folks today. Joe Feld, our producer, and our director, Drew Esikoff. No, thank you. Our technical director, Doug Schmidt. Our associate producer, Jimmy Ressler. Our associate director is Bruce Clark. Assistants to the producer, Fred King and Alvin Patrick. And the executive producer of ABC Sports is Jack O'Hara. For Mark Jones and Dick Vermeil, I'm Brent Musburger saying so long from San Antonio. Don't forget, we'll see you next Saturday from Raleigh-Durham. So long, everybody.
Coming up on ABC Sports, top PGA players tee off as Jack Nicklaus hosts one of golf's premier events, the Memorial Tournament, sponsored by Dean Witter. Next, the World League of American Football has been brought to you by Sears Auto Center. You got to ask yourself, who's going to back you better than Sears? By Kellogg's, the best to you each morning. And by A1 Steak Sauce. A1, it's how steak is done. This has been a presentation of ABC Sports, recognized around the world as the leader in sports television.
A promotional fee has been paid to ABC by United Airlines. Come fly the friendly skies.